Ladies and gentlemen, you are here with BW Esports. I'm LT Barone, joined by
Syntax.
And can you tell me what day it is?
It's game day.
I think we do a bit better. Can you tell me what day it is?
It's game day.
It's game day here with NACE Valorant, the championships, where we have the BW team versus UNC Greensboro. This is the only team that BW has lost all semester, but other than that, they kind of swept the NACE division. But this UNC team was also a beatable one, but they ended undefeated as well.
Yeah. And I know for a fact that the BW team wanted to win that game against UNC. They thought that it was winnable. They should have won it, and just unfortunately it slipped away from them. And so it looks like we're going to start. We got the maps in. It's going to be Ascent, Haven, and Lotus. Honestly, really good maps from BW. Yep. I know they like all three of those maps, and I think they got a really good map pool for this series today. I feel like they're probably going to be feeling really confident going into it.
Yeah, and I think the big thing is going to be no icebox, because last time where BW went icebox against this team, they eventually lost, but we had a pretty stellar performance. I think it was one of the only times where Error top fragged, and we're not going to see that, but hopefully that is going to translate to other maps, just not only Error doing great in top fragging, but everyone else on the team, Hayden K, I forgot tags right now, but Hayden K, Epic Mew, Satoru Gojo, and Boy Yeety, there it is. They all just step up as well. Like, this could be a really great game.
Yeah, I think the star players to watch for today are going to be the Hayden K, and it's going to be Boy Yeety. Those are my two to watch in this series. Hayden K being both the IGL of the team and the primary top fragger, usually, that you're looking to, duelist player sometimes. Will sometimes be playing the initiator role. So I think those would be your two players to watch out for on the side of BW. And it's just going to be a lot of clean, concise gameplay from them today. Hopefully they mistake their wrongdoings against UNC earlier into the season. I know they've been prepping for it, and I think that they are excited to get into this one, yeah.
Yeah, and just in general, like, I know you've played Val before. I played Smash, and it's just like when you lose against an opponent, you VOD specifically to beat that opponent next time. Like,
especially if you know you're going against them in a championship game.
Yeah, a little bit of extra incentive.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I feel like that's just a pride thing as well. Just like, okay, I'm not letting these people beat me twice.
Yeah, 100%. And especially in Valorant, it's a little bit different in Smash because there's not really set tactics that Smash players use.
Yeah.
But in Valorant, if you VOD a team enough, you can break down exactly what they're going to do, and you can make counterplays for everything that you think that they are going to be doing in the game, and that's most likely what the BW team today has done. But you also have to know that UNC is doing the exact same thing to them. They have VOD on BW, and just because they won one doesn't mean they're going to get complacent. So both these teams are going to be coming out with new strategies, improved strategies, and strategies to counter each other.
Yeah, and it's just going to be a great game overall. I really can't wait to see them play. I think if it's got to go down to the wire. I think it's going to be like a 13-9, 13-8 when there's winning rounds. But like, we might be here for a long haul, or a team might be mentally broken after losing the first one.
It's always a possibility. Valorant is a very much so momentum-based game. You might not feel like it is, but
I was going to say it's a mental game.
Getting a bunch of rounds in a row, it is difficult for your team, for the other team to come back from it. And I was going to mention predictions. What are we thinking today?
So my prediction as a commentator is 13-11, 13-8, no, 8-13, and then last one is going to be 13-9, BW, UNC, BW. Okay. But as a fan, 13-5, 13-5 like the whole entire season.
Sure. I'm thinking it's going to go one of two ways here. I think BW is either going to 2-0 sweep, and first map, it's going to be dramatic. It's going to be like 17-15, triple overtime.
Yep.
Barn burner. And then it's going to go into Haven, and BW is going to slam 13-4. That's what I'm thinking. That's one option. Second option is BW. It's going to be a barn burner again. BW is going to win map 1. UNC is going to come back, win map 2. And it's going to go map 3. And I think BW will end up taking that map 3 Lotus because I know they really, really enjoy that Lotus play.
Yeah, and speaking of Lotus, I'm really surprised on BW's or on UNC's bans. I'm not surprised about Fracture. BW loves Fracture, but I'm really surprised on Icebox because I'm very sure they won last time, but just like don't want to test it out again.
And BW's always kind of historically been a bit weak on the Icebox. It's one of their primary bans a lot of the time. But, hey.
It's like UNC did their job for them.
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously not the Pearl. BW bans Pearl and Split. They hate those maps, and that's understandable. But not sure what the time frame we're looking at yet for getting into the game, but I think we have a good one in front of us. Hopefully, BW will be able to take it home for the program.
Yeah, and I'm definitely hoping for them as well because I know this team, like they've been through trials, they've been through tribulations, but no matter what, they've stuck together. This season just in a lot of aspects was just held by a big question mark, by a big asterisk, but they charged through, they chugged through everything, and now they're here, and it's just really awesome to see just like them going through all the adversity and still just playing it out.
Yeah, and obviously we are on our fancy setup today, championship.
Yep, we're in our championship setup today.
Wednesday, following our ESO tournament here. And it's going to be the last game of a couple undergraduate careers today as well on the BW Valorant team.
Sure is.
Possibly last game of collegiate careers for some as well, or last series. So we got some of the older guys looking to really make a statement, close out their senior year here.
Yeah, trying to go out with a bang with a couple of detonations, a whole lot of diffusions, and a couple of op headshots.
Yeah, hopefully. Do you think we're going to see some op play today?
Oh, we're going to see Boyidi on Jet with op
guaranteed.
And at least 2 per round. Not 2 per round, but
the explosions are coming from the Tejo from Hayden K. I know that for a fact.
Sure is.
But yeah, it's going to be a good game. We're just waiting now for the players to get into the lobby, get that set up, and get into it, actually. And do we have any other games scheduled BW-wise for this tournament? I believe that we have one of our teams actually going to the Gleck land this weekend as well, if you want to talk about that.
So, Gleck land is coming up, which means that you are going to see me a lot more again. So, in Gleck land, we have our Super Smash Brothers team making it, and I don't know if our Overwatch 2 team made it.
They did not make it, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately.
They
really
lost, I believe, in a
it
map
was a
series count.
It was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
But just Overwatch 2 team, you guys did your best. You guys had a great season through all the adversity you guys had. So just shout out to them. But for Smash, we're the 6th seed, which is one of the lowest seeds that we've been. And we're going up against a 3rd seed, kind of the same thing that, like, they were the first team that beat us this season. And Smash is like, let's run it back. But now it's playoffs.
They're ready for it?
They better be ready for it. I'm not on the team, but I'll still act like I am.
Well, hey, once on the team, always on the team, right?
Yep.
That's how we think about it here. Yeah, I think Gleck weekend is going to be – I have a good feeling. I feel like this Super Smash Bros. Team has something to prove, and they have a bit of a special roster. I saw them going up against the number 1 CSU seed.
Yep.
And it looked winnable. I'm not going to lie. It looked like they took a set off of them as well. Hopefully, we're looking for good things there.
Yeah, and kind of the same thing like you were saying about the NACE roster. A lot of people, this is their last run. Yeah. This is their last ride. And if
Team captain, I believe, B, it's going to be his last ride as well.
It's going to be Eloquence's last ride.
JP as well, right?
Yep, Bumps his last ride as well. Our Sephiroth player, Lucky Lewis, his last one. So going to be a lot of heartfelt goodbyes. Hopefully that's also going to be with a joy of carrying a trophy home.
Some trophy home would be a nice way to end it, I think. If we were on that BW team. And I believe we're still waiting. I don't know what exactly is going on.
Yeah, we are still waiting. But looking at our production team, hoping to send us to break for a bit.
Yeah, I don't really know what quite is going on right now, but we're just seeing what's going on in the lobby. Don't know exactly. Oh, we have a lobby. So
we have a full lobby. We are not waiting for anyone.
Hopefully we are getting into this as soon as possible. And yes, U.S. Central Illinois, BW has the ping advantage. So
let's go.
That's what we like to see, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, any lead is a big lead.
That's facts. And it is going to be Ascent start. BW is going to be starting on the attack side. So Ascent as a map, super neutral based. It's not really CT sided or defender sided. Both sides can win a ton of rounds, can lose a ton of rounds. It's really all about your strategies in this map. You're going to most likely, from BW, be seeing a lot of defaults here. And then it's going to be these defaults working for information, waiting for defenders to use utility. Yep. And then it's going to be hard hits late into the round. So, I don't know what he said.
Yeah, but yeah, that was going to be my question actually. Of like, what agents would you be expecting on this?
Yeah, so most likely we're going to be seeing Sova. Sova is staple on this map. I believe
Sova.
BW is probably going to be playing the Clove, just because I know Satoru Gojo loves their Clove gameplay. Typically, though, instead of a Clove, you might see an Omen. Omen is a bit more of a classic pick here. Good chance we're going to be seeing Cypher on this map. Cypher is the best Sentinel to play on this map. Vice is also pretty good. We've seen some Vice gameplay as well.
And Hayden K on the Vice really this season, going from not really seeing him at all to like when it has come out, it's been doing numbers.
Vice is a very strong character right now. And most likely we're going to see some KO as well. KO, amazingly strong in this map just because the walls are so close to each other, so you can get a lot of value out of those knives through walls that are unbreakable. But yeah, Tejo is sometimes played on this map, but it's usually in favor of the Sova instead of on that initiator side. So it's most likely you're going to be getting Omen. Double initiator comp is the go-to here. For your duelists, pretty much should be Jet every single time. I've seen some Yoru gameplay actually on this map, / Raze gameplay, but Jet is the tried and true go-to here. Yeah,
and just like most of those agents that you've mentioned, BW has a strong rep of like Yoru. Hayden K's Yoru has just been making highlight after highlight this semester. Boy Yeety with Jet, need I say more? Just like Error with, I feel like Error is the initiator. Like no matter what initiator he plays, he's going to get the most info out of him. And yeah, just with Cypher and just the others, I think we have a chance. And obviously, I could have said that before agent picks, but like still, like BW's team has been strong this entire semester. And
obviously, the thing with Ascent is not many teams have Ascent as like an insta ban. It's the most played map realistically in all of Valorant. It's been in since the launch. It has never really been off of rotation. Like Ascent is always there. Everybody always plays Ascent. It's like Mirage and CSGO. Like you play this map 100% of the time pretty much. And so you're going to have team comps and you're going to be practiced on them 100% for this map. And so hopefully we can 5 minutes.
All right. Yeah, we are going to. It looks like that we are going to get started in 5 minutes.
5 seconds, possibly. I see some readies going into the chat here.
It's 5 something.
Five of something. Not quite sure. And
yeah, I don't know why we needed a sign for 5 seconds, but we are getting ready to go. Just with BW with their play style, I feel like we're going to expect like Satoru Gojo or Hayden K be that opening like 1 while the other team does the 4. Satoru Gojo, I feel like it's more of like an info, but for Hayden K, it's like, okay, they're trying to predict the 1.
Yeah.
Let's just have Hayden K as the 1 and just have a mow down everyone, and then oops, we have to go to the 4.
Yeah, and realistically here, it's going to be just a battle of, I'm not really sure. UNC, it's a strategy battle here. That's what it's going to be here. I believe that we are going into the game now as well. So, game number 1 of this championship NACE series between UNC and the BW Yellow Jackets, and looks to be
interesting.
Going to be KJ. another premier Sentinel here onto this map, and funnily enough, UNC actually has the exact comp I was talking about, and BW is going a bit different, and it looks like we have a reload for some reason.
Let's go. First reload.
Yep, and that's already a crash on the side of UNC. Going well so far.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
Just like either overexcitement and accidentally hitting the power button.
I think
or
it was just
like
a PC crash.
Yeah, I was going to say, or just the PC deciding the moment's too bright for me.
We can talk about the comps that were hovered there. Super classic stuff from UNC. It's exactly what you're expecting, realistically.
I was going to say, UNC was listening in on you.
Yeah, and the only other thing that was a little bit weird, like the only change from like day one Valorant comp on Ascent was the Tejo for the Sova. They're not going to be having any Sova into this map. It's going to be the Tejo as their primary initiator. And so it's going to be a bit harder for them to be getting utility information around the map.
Yeah.
So as long as BW is playing around that, then they'll be in a really good situation. BW's comp, Astra, great smoke on this map. Super, super strong. Killjoy is the previous old, really, really strong Sentinel. I believe it was switched out in favor of Cypher because of all the utility that could just break her ultimate. So it's a lot less useful nowadays. Sova, once again, and Jet, obviously, we talked about. Yeah, you can't really
Jet. Go wrong with those.
And then Device as well on the side of UNC, standard. The only other thing that is interesting on the side of BW is going to be a Breach as well as that second initiator. And that is a interesting one onto this map. Gets a lot of value just because the map is very small. The sites are. So your ultimates hit the entire site, and you can't really do anything against it.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, while going through agents, the only one that was standing out was like Epic MU just seems like only Breach. And like while that can be a bad thing, like throughout this semester it has shown to be a really good thing. And just like the double initiator comp, it still looks different, but it's still the same comp that you want. It's just going to be KO versus Breach.
Yeah.
And I think just the overall experience from Epic MU, not only on this agent, but on this map, should pull through.
Yeah, I think so as well. Epic MU has been a Breach player since 3 years ago when I first started playing with him. It's classic. It's tried and true. It's tested, and it works in competitive play. They know that this comp works and can work. They've scrimmed it relentlessly, so they're just ready, and they're going to be comfortable into this defending comp from UNC. They've seen it before. It's nothing really new.
Yeah.
And so just with that, and the biggest thing, the weirdest thing to me is this Tejo play. UNC has zero utility, like information gathering. Like they just don't have any. They are going to have a lot more post plant and stall because of the Tejo, his missiles, and his ultimate as well. So it's going to be a lot harder for BW to play post plants and stuff like that, or it's going to be a lot harder to play into post plants. But they have so much information that they can play around. It should be perfectly fine, in my opinion, here.
Yeah, and as we see, I don't know any of Astra's abilities. That's why I was just like really interesting because like I don't know how Astra works.
So Astra, you have this astral form, and within the astral form, you can place down stars, and all of your abilities revolve around your stars. So your stars, you can turn a star into a smoke. You can turn your star into like a concussion blast that stuns somebody.
Okay.
And then you can also turn a star into like a pull circle that moves people. And you can pull somebody off a bomb if they're trying to defuse it, and then it stuns them as well. And immediately we get into the opening gunfight here. That's going to be 2 picks for BW immediately through the smoke, actually, which is going to be very nice for them. Bo3 is going to be tagged significantly, but it shouldn't really matter here. Numbers advantage, and it's just going to be a 3-man split here, 1B, 1 mid, and 1A now for UNC. And it looks like it's going to be ending A side for the side of BW. Hayden K is going to take initial contact here. Trey on the Vice. He is the only person that can stop what is happening. And there goes the Sheer. It is going to be walled. 2 people get through, though. Epic Move finds him in Gen, and now the entire UNC roster is rotated. Trey finds 2. Bo3 gets 1 return, though. Numbers are even. Life advantage, though, in favor, and that's going to be UNC cleaning up that round really well. In the 3v4, actually.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, that was a round where BW had the advantage.
Yep.
And then just UNCG just responded in kind where they really needed to.
Yeah, and that one stemmed entirely from the Vice wall. Two players from BW walked in, the Vice wall goes up, they're isolated entirely, their team can't help them, and then it becomes a 3v2 on site. They instantaneously lose the numbers advantage, and that's the critical component there of that round.
Yeah, and that really was the difference between like a winning round and a losing round for them. So great recognition on them. Hopefully BW hopefully BW does adapt, as there is, like you said, there's that info util, but other than that, nothing left out of UNC.
Yeah, and that KO knife is going to find so much value, actually. And Tejo is going to get nades down, doesn't find anything with those. And this, once again, save round for BW. They're just looking for, essentially, UNC to make a mistake. As long as UNC doesn't make a mistake, this round should be pretty unlosable for them. They already have one pick, and now they're slowly boxing BW into this B main location. They aren't really going to be able to do anything here. And that's going to be a clean flawless for them as well.
Yeah, and JRD with the 3K that round.
Yeah, and that's going to be really nice for UNC going into this next round because they have so much economy, especially with this full save. BW here will have full guns. They should be favored into this round gun-wise. It's just all about the strategy now. What are they going to be able to do to make sure they minimize the amount of deaths that they have and win the round? They need to win this round.
Yeah, and it looks like
in a better position.
It looks like JRD and Trey are still saving, having having 2 Spectres. So even though winning 2 rounds, still going on the side of saving. Let's see how that is going to affect this.
They didn't die, so there's no reason for them to sell that. Well, they can't sell that Spectre, so there's going to be losing a lot of money here, and that's why this third round always favors the team that is going into it. And we're going to see now. It's just going to be a full default here. We were talking about this early on. Tejo is testing his waters up this B mid. Air getting tagged from that Marshall. That's going to be dangerous. If he re-challenges this and gets body shot again, he will die. And that's not really what you're looking for if you're the side of BW.
Yeah, kind of having to...
Look at this pop flash from the KO. It's going to be really well played with the Vice. Pop flash. Oh my gosh, Vice gets one as well. Yeah,
good trade, but gets blinded.
Hayden K finds one, but the smoke is going to be played too correctly. Trades, though, are pretty good in favor of BW. Bomb is going to be able to go down here.
Yeah, doing a whole lot of trades. You would think that they'd put a Terrifine in eventually.
The current state, I think they might be. Oh, man. Unfortunate shots from Satoru Gojo and Air. They're not going to be able to find it. That is a miserable round to lose for BW.
Yeah.
If you're BW, you really don't like losing that round. You're going to be desperate for money next round. It's going to be a full save, and it's going to be into full rifles on the side of UNC, and it's going to be a 4-0 deficit almost instantaneously here.
Yeah, I like it. This doesn't look like the greatest round coming up for BW, and that's because they lost the last one.
Yep.
Yeah, like you said.
Well, actually, it should have been a very good round for BW. They lost the last one, so they had full buy into the side of UNC when UNC had those Spectres like you were talking about. So BW had the gun advantage technically, and they lost it anyway, which is really unfortunate. And you can see now on the scoreboard, it's going to be full rifles into full Eagles. So it's going to be a thrill over round. If BW can win it, they're going to have to hit some headies here. But
yeah, I believe.
Looks like it might be a bit of an A hit. A lot of focus here going towards the A site. And you have Satoru Gojo just lurking in that tiles position, seeing if they can catch anybody off guard. The drone is going to spot the KJ.
Should be the arrow coming through.
Yep, here comes the arrow into the point, and look at this, 3 stacked for UNC towards this A site. They know all the stuff happening here, and they also know that KJ is towards tiles, so they have full information right now because of that Tejo drone. Yep. And they're just playing around it. There is an opening for BW if they go through mid here. They obviously don't know that, but we know that, and so if the call is to play through mid, that could be really good for them, but not sure if that is what the call is going to be. It looks like it's going to be a tree play here, and they're going to run to the Jet and KO combination, and it's going to they're going to see what they can do here.
Yeah, and then on the other side, heading towards B, like that Vise has really been holding down that position, and it does look like Satoru Gojo is going to run right into it, or right into the Vise eventually.
Sponge finds 2 from that help position. Good shot from Epic Moo and Boyidi. And it's now numbers 3v2 here. Satoru Gojo gets taken out through mid. That's an unlucky kill. Barely gets timing difference realistically here. And boy, Epic Moo with another really good shot with the deagle. But the issue here is Boy Yeedy is stuck in a unfortunate position. Dice finally dies, and that is going to be the round. 4-0 in favor of UNC here.
And like, I guess like that is the main word to describe these rounds. Like, unfortunate, like 8 seconds, or essentially 9, but 9 seconds was the difference between a win and a loss on that one. And just like all these other rounds of essentially the same thing, where it's like, if one thing went right, which isn't right now, but if one thing went right, then BW would be having 1, 2, 3 on the board instead of this being an 0-4 contest.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing with Valorant. Valorant is a game that comes down to the wire, comes down to the very little seconds, and it comes down to those 1 or 2 mistakes. If you're making those mistakes, you're going to lose the game, and that's what BW has to minimize here. And now they're playing into the op in favor of UNC, and an epic move finds it. He gets it right to the dome there, and instantaneous numbers disadvantage here. And this is the problem with losing 4 rounds in a row. UNC has infinite money at this point. They are going to be able to afford this op this round and next round if they do end up losing this 4v5 situation. Hayden K, I actually really like this play. This is really good, and if he gets this kill here, good shots. Almost loses it. Trey almost had a really nice shot there on the device. Boy, Edie game picked as well by the op, finds it. Oh man, this op is going to start tearing BW apart. I think bomb is down as well. They have full information on it, and 2v4 situation here, and this is going to start getting really dire for BW, especially losing this gun round. They're going to be put onto another half-buy round next round if this isn't a win for Hayden and Satoru Gojo. Satoru Gojo actually has the timing here. If they push into B, they're going to be able to find a window onto this site, and
I feel like that was actually just communicated as they're heading towards there right now.
Looks like it is actually, and it's a good rotation. It's a good call here. Notice how UNC puts the smoke here to kind of trick BW into thinking that something might be happening. They just run past the wall at the same time. Good. Vice wall activates. So now UNC knows where they are, and it's going to be the 4v2 post-plant situation for BW. They're going to have to make something special happen on this post-plant hold. It's going to be, I think, on to Satoru and Hayden K here. I like how they're playing this aggressively. That's what they need to do. Good shots from Hayden K, finding his first. Flash is going to come through. Hayden K, great shots from him. That's exactly what you need to see if you want to win this round. That blind was good, played a little bit slow, good cheeks, and that's what happens when it's a 4v2.
Yeah.
UNC has the bodies to just give away for information, essentially, and that is going to give the round over in favor of UNC 5-0. That op will be coming back out, guaranteed. Even if they didn't pick it back up, they would have enough money for it. And now, I think this is a good timeout for them.
I think this is a perfect time for a timeout.
They are floundering right now. They need to figure out something to fix it. And there actually is a lot of windows for BW right now. UNC is leaving gaps in their hold. It's just going to be a matter of if BW can find those gaps. Their team comp is designed for information.
Yeah.
They have the Sova, they have the breach. They should be able to gather this information, and it's just not really working out for them right now. Somebody on the team is getting picked before the Sova can do what the Sova needs to do, or the breach can work up and try to get some clearance with that utility. I think it looks like they might just be nervous, or it's just, I'm not really sure. The play calling is, it's not really the play calling. I think the play calling is fine. It's just they're getting picked when they don't need to.
Yeah, I think on top of that, like, the game plan of BW having the 4 and then the 1 is really what's turning around on them, because they're sending in like a 3 and a 2 then, and then having the 2v1 and then the 3v4 just to hold off until they rotate.
Yeah, and it's weird because every time I've seen this BW team play this map, they default. They usually play a full split default and just play for information. And they've only done that once on this map.
Yeah.
They aren't really playing their bread and butter, and it's kind of strange to me. And now they're going to run into the Vice here on A site, and this one is going to be, looks like they're going to place, they are giving up information as well. They're going to have Soval, I believe. I think they're going to give the plant over the Soval.
Yeah.
Here comes the Astro Wall immediately, so it is just going to be a full A hit. And that wall doesn't really affect UNC's hold because 2 of the players are playing Hell and Jen. And that Vice,
oh my gosh, what
Jesus,
a shot by Trey.
What a shot. And that's instantly 3 down. Trey finds 3 immediately. Hayden trying to do something, and it's It's just unfortunate. Like, they're just kind of getting mollywopped right now.
Yeah.
UNC has their number. They know. It kind of feels like they know exactly what BW's executes are going to look like. And I don't know if that is just from knowing the counterplay and preparing for it more than BW has. But it's looking like BW is just running into this wall right now, and they don't know what to do about it.
Yeah, like just like what
Epic
you
Moo
said.
even committed a breach ult on that play. That's really bad, actually. That's really, really bad. And all that
util being used up for next to nothing, unfortunately.
I mean, they got the Taeho all out of it, I believe, but that's just not. It's just, I don't know. This is looking not great. And it's the same thing again. They're doing this 4-1 play, which I think is fine. But UNC now they don't have any gaps. They have this Taeho watching the mid. Satoru Gojo isn't going to be able to get this really nice angle at some point. And they're just going to give the site, and they're just going to play for full retake. They know they're allowed to. They have the Vice ult for the retake. I guarantee you that might be coming through this round.
Yep.
But they are unsafe, so realistically it shouldn't. There's no value in it. There's the bomb going down, and the Vice ult is out, actually. Once again, it doesn't do anything because they all have pistols anyway.
Yeah.
And now the retake is about to come through here. Good shot from Epic Moo, finding one. He's been kind of on a heater right now with his Eagle. He's found a lot. Boy, Edie gets one as well. Now they have to deal with this Killjoy ultimate. They don't really have any util for it, so UNC KO's going to get hit by it.
Yeah, it looks like that they are just using it to.
Might be trying to bait somebody. I'm not really sure what's
Yeah,
going on here.
I was thinking that or just
All
holding
through.
forward.
It's going to get halfway. He actually survives as well. That's interesting.
Yeah, probably not going to survive that
that's
one.
just- oh, Hayden K. Great flank from him towards tree. Able to save the round, quite frankly. That's not great. All
Yeah.
3 players dying to the bomb. Unfortunate. The economy isn't going to be super, super steady, but obviously UNC is going to have infinite money right now, so they're going to have to play into the stop again.
I was going to say, I feel like it's worth it at this point because it was
They
just
need, they need rounds.
Yeah, they needed to
need
see
rounds.
something on the
Yeah,
board.
100% it's worth it. They need the rounds. They invested 3 ultimates that round.
And on top of that, the Jet also on the other team has no ult.
Yep, the Jet did use their ult there. The only thing they really have to play into is a KO ult, which is going to be strong. The Taeho is halfway to his ult. And it's going to be his 4-1 split again. I really don't like it at this point.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And if it's broke, keep doing it until it's fixed.
Apparently, I think that's kind of their mindset here. Vice, they don't have to play into the Vice this time, so it's going to be a bit better for them. But Vice is already here. You just won't have to deal with the Vice setup. And Taeho, once again, just playing, droning, going to drone out Satoru Gojo, actually 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't actually drone out Satoru Gojo. That's really nice for them. And now BW is going to hit this site. And Satoru Gojo finds it.
actually.
See, that's the timing that they've been looking for pretty much this entire game. They've been playing the same way each time. And now look at the great play from UNC, retaking the space towards mid here. Satoru Gojo isn't able to get, but they are missing them as well. Oh man, that Molly so well played in the tray. And now onto the point. Great utility usage from the side of BW. That's 2 utility kills here. Op shot, gonna miss. 2 down into hell here.
Okay,
Honestly,
so in this position, can they shoot the ceiling?
Yeah, they can. They don't necessarily know where they are exactly. If they had like, that's a crazy
my
play. That's a good shot
gosh.
as well. Bold. I was about to say that.
Bold to say the least. Yeah.
I was about to say that they should save here. Realistically, it's a 2v4 situation, pretty much unwinnable. Satoru Gojo, great round from them. 3 picks there.
Yeah, and all 3 of them were definitely needed, as if
Oh yeah.
you might hear them through the wall yelling, "Let's go!" as well.
Yep.
Like, and now UNC just dropped 2 rounds in the last 3. Call
Yep.
that timeout.
I
get a
think
break.
the timeout there makes sense. They don't want to let this game get away from them. Like we were talking about in the pregame, momentum is so important in
Yeah.
this game. It's 1, because of the economy, and 2, just because of the mental state of things. And the dangerous thing from BW right now is they're only winning rounds off the back of multi-frags from 1 or 2 players.
Yeah.
They're going to need some activation from the team right now. But the call of 4A 1 tile is starting to kind of work.
Yeah.
So if you're a BW fan, that's nice. That is good that one of their strats is starting to work. If I'm UNC, I throw the Vice on A 100% of the time here, and just keep Tejo utiling mid to B. You don't like wherever the op is, throw the Vice the other way.
Exactly.
That's where I think the setup should look like, and I like the op mid as well for the Jet. I think it should be an op again if we could see the scoreboard at some point going into this.
Thank you.
Not going to be an op, actually. They don't have the money for it. So that's going to be nice for BW. They're going to feel a bit safer on the extremities here.
Yeah, and instead, actually, it looked like that they were shading the Outlaw for a bit, but now going into a
it's gonna be
Spectre.
Yeah, and it's going to be a bit more of a default here. Look at that TP from the Omen.
Yep.
I wonder if Hayden K heard it. I'm not quite sure. Molly's going to push him out, and they are going to play into the Vice utility. They seem to have a knack for
finding Vice.
Finding Vice, which is unfortunate. But Jet is going to go in here. There comes the Razor Wire. I don't know what he was doing. He was just swinging like a maniac right there. Trey finds one, but Error finds two. Really two good kills here. And it's going to be putting UNC in a numbers disadvantage.
Yeah, and then here goes the plant for BW, and just like you said, now it is just up to, like, we've been seeing a lot of these where it's like, okay, now they have to retake, and UNC has been doing pretty well on retaking.
Yeah, in this KO ult, finds a good pick. Error finds
with
another
3.
one, though. Epic Mood trying to work something out. Sponge finds one onto Hayden. Kazu finds one into Error. That's a 1v1 situation now. Epic Mood, that was barely able to get away from it. Time is dwindling. Great shot from Kazu. That was nasty. And unfortunately, BW is not able to do anything. That early KO investment actually, I think, screwed over BW heavily. If I was in that situation, I'd play for a pick first and then pop KO ult, but I think they just said, screw it, we feel confident in the 3v4, and they ripped it, and it prevented BW from using any of their utility, which was honestly the make or break there. And it was a good start. I like the start that BW did more in this one. I like the 3-2 split, I do. But here's the thing. Because it was, even though it was a round win, but UNC's money is so bad they can't buy here. So they have to save again.
Yeah.
And so this gives BW a window to take another round here. Should be relatively easy. I do like Astra here getting this orb. He should be able to get the ultimate. And look at this mid push from UNC. They have full mid control right now. And BW slowly is going to try to retake this. Epic Moo and Satoru are able to do it. And now they have full B site control as well. Bomb is going to be a little bit late here, but it's going to be a free plant for BW.
Yeah, and it's kind of at the sacrifice of Hayden K, usually the top fragger, having to be alone for most of this. He's just
playing the anchor. He's playing the smart great shot from JRD on Hayden K. That's going to be a gun upgrade for him as well. He's going to be a bit late. It is going to be even numbers here, but once again, on the side of UNC, they don't have guns. So this is going to be a lot harder, and they have to play into a breach ult. If UNC can get the breach ult on this round, that is very, very good for them, because realistically, BW shouldn't need to invest this. But we're going to see what is going to happen here. Satoru goes to all alone B main. Good shots on that one. Keizu finds the trade, though, so now 3v3. And I think that 100% breach ult investment. Yep, that's going to be the breach ult investment. And that's going to secure the round pretty much guaranteed here. And you see them pushing out to try to save these guns. If they shut down these guns, it's not bad, actually. Yeah, no guns alive. That's pretty good for the side of UNC. BW, they need these rounds, though. They are super okay investing here. And this is what I was saying, where it gets a bit sketchy, not having dying to that on those exits.
Yeah.
It's going to be 2 saves here. At least 1 guaranteed save. I think Boyidi might be saving for an op next round. No, it is going to be a full buy here, and they do have enough money to barely get a buyout.
Yeah, I definitely thought that Boyidi would save for the op, because I feel like once he is able to get one, he has just been able to do phenomenal things with it. But a hard press onto A.
Out of B here. I think it's 3. Yeah, 3 just straight out of B, and they're taking so much space. Boyidi gets picked as well. Good position for Air. Does get traded out. Satoru Gojo, I like that trade back as well. Even numbers. Information gain, B main retake, and Hayden K should find that kill. Good shot from him.
Yeah, did it with the swiftness on that one.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you're expecting from Hayden K. He's not missing those shots ever, realistically. And that's what you want. And now looks like BW, I think they know the windows on A. I think they know that A is going to be their end, and it looks like they're just getting ready to make that their play. And those Omen Smokes are going to be stalling for a little bit, but it shouldn't really do too much for the team. Bomb going down. Tejo ult comes through. Shouldn't matter. They still get the bomb down.
Yeah, just barely got the plant.
Yep. Mollies are going to be able to go down here. They do have the Killjoy ult. This is big. This should, if they just Killjoy ult, it's a guaranteed round win.
Yeah.
UNC didn't press tab and could see that was what was going to happen here.
I feel like with some of these rounds, though, for BW, got to win without ults.
Yeah, and that's the worry, right? They're only winning because of these big abilities. Good shots from Epic Move. Sponge gets traded immediately, though, but it's just going to abandon the time. Not going to have enough time here. South Row gets one. If you're on the side of JRD, actually, I think it's a lot better if you just play and let those two players die so that they have to invest again into this next round. I think that would have been really smart, but obviously that's not what happened here.
I mean, I think the big thing is this game started as a 5-0.
6-0, I believe.
Yeah, 6-0, and now a 7-4.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they brought it back. They had the good timeout. They brought it back. And it's going to be, they're going to have to force up UNC bad guns here. BW also has really good ultimates. So realistically, this should be, if they play it well, it should be a good, really easier to take round than a just flat neutral round here. And once again, I like the split more. I hated that 4-1, and I like this 3-2 a lot more. It gives Hayden K a lot more urgency to kind of do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you need to do with a player like him. Let him play his map, let him get lost, do what he needs to do, and then let the rest of your team kind of bunch up and play together.
Yeah, this can be a crazy scenario, but Hayden K gets it.
Good trade from Hayden K there. And there's the Astra ult. It's going to be an A commit, and this is what I'm saying. These ults are going to be so suppressive towards UNC. I think the KO ult should come out soon, actually, and then they re-hit with it. It's going to be a pop flash off this Astra wall, actually, with Jet. I think Jet has a judge, so it might be like a really good pop flash, but nobody takes advantage of it. Epic Moo kind of caught out in no man's land.
Yeah.
And there's the KO ult as well. So they're going to make their play now so that Killjoy doesn't really have any time to do anything. And look at this. This is so well done. Just stick it. Just stick it. That's exactly what you need to do. And they didn't stick it. Boy, Yeety is able to make the play. That's really big. It is halfway through. Killjoy ult comes down. They have enough time. And I think...
and there's the Hunter, too.
And it shouldn't matter. It's already halved. And that good round from UNC. They did what they needed to do. They played their ultimates. That KO ult really just shutting down what BW wanted to do.
Yeah.
If you have a KO ult suppressing your two other ults, it doesn't matter if you have ult advantage. And now, 8-4, it looks a lot better than what it looked like starting out.
Yeah,
and that's
still
what
not
you're
looking. It's still not looking phenomenal, but still, just like 8-4 is something that is able to, it is something that you can come back from.
100%. That's the beauty about Valorant. You can come back from a 12-0 if you really tried.
Yeah.
And so
I was playing one yesterday. I was down 4-0-4, and one of my teammates threw a forfeit or like a vote to surrender. We said
that all the
no.
time.
Well, we said no, and then our team came back, won 7 straight. Then the other team forfeited. So hopefully, not seeing a forfeit.
Boy, Yeety getting spicy.
Yeah,
Good pop flash from KO. Doesn't really matter though, and it's just going to be a full hit from UNC here. Out onto B, all 5 through B main. It's pretty intense here.
All 5, go B.
You got 3 on site though, so BW is ready for the counterplay. Boy, he's finding 2 of his own. That's really good stuff from him. Dashes into the Tejo, interesting, and it's just honestly good trades. And
yeah, even though it's
unless KZU can do something stupid here, this should be a good. Oh no! Oh no!
Welcome to being a commentator.
Oh no! KZU needs 1 bullet on the Hayden K. He's only 8 HP. Hayden K has no utility either.
Yeah, but
this just turned into a disaster of a round for BW.
If there is someone in the 1v1 scenario, I would
trust
want it to be
Hayden K. Oh
Hayden
no,
K.
the timing! Oh no, the timing! Oh my gosh! Thank God!
Okay.
Thank God, KO! Oh, and then he goes up the stairs. Oh my gosh!
This does leave it open. He can at least flash it to make the KO feel pressure. He's not going down. Okay, now he's going down, flashing.
Here. Yeah, he's just playing his time. Oh, he has the read. Oh my
and
gosh, Hayden K. Oh, he reads him. KO almost had the timing of his life.
Yeah.
And instead had the negative timing of his life there. Hayden K, crucial round, honestly saving the rest of his team's ass on that one.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how really just Boy Yeedy gets 3 untraded, and then the rest of his team collapses around
and
him.
everything else just,
It's brutal. Keizu, though, going to feel a bit bad about that one. Hayden K read him kind of like a book there.
Yeah, that was top frag versus top frag, dude, or almost top frag.
That was a great round from BW. They needed to win that one to win this, and it's
now
looking a bit better for them. And look at Boy Yeedy, 100% save playing for the op.
Yeah, now also we can't afford a BWB where they win the first round, win the pistol round, but lose the second round.
Yeah, that's really bad for them. If they do that, they did that in the first half. That's really bad. And so we'll see what they can do here.
They haven't done that much in this semester. They did it a lot in Gleck, but in this semester in NACE they haven't done that a lot. That's usually like a meme term, but
yeah, I mean that's just basics. Making sure that you have good bonus round gameplay and game plans. That's what you need to do here. Hayden K, if Trey peeks this, it should be a free kill for Hayden K. Good smoke. I enjoyed that.
Just allowed Trey to get out of there too.
Like, gets them to put some pressure on towards this mid position here. And I like what UNC is doing. This is what I thought BW would be doing on their attacking side, just playing these really slow, methodical default rounds. And here's the execute on the A. They all just blast out at once. Should be able to get the bomb down for free here, which is really nice for them. It's going to be some money as well back, even if they lose this round, I mean.
Yeah, and they've been just fake planting, trying to
lure something out. It's smart. And look at this Tejo position. Actually hilarious. Gets one. That's absurd that he gets one off of that. And now it's just 3 people here in this tree. Great. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. Epic move fighting back. And there we go.
Gojo
That's
also fighting back.
And there we go. Crucial round win for BW there. It looked kind of bad for a second.
Yeah,
but
it looked interesting. There was a lot of tree play going on.
Yeah, but on the back end, they're able to pull it out, and that's what you need to see. And they moved this to only an 8-6 advantage here in favor of UNC.
Yeah, now BW starting to roll, and like you said, momentum based. Even after the UNC timeout, just continuing to roll, at least winning 2 or winning it by 2s. But at this point, it still favors BW, even though you don't want to keep this 2-1 trend going.
Yeah, and this one usually, if I'm in this situation, I'm not sure if I'm buying this op. Boy Yeedy has to have a lot of courage on this because he's essentially, it's him or bust on this round. Because they have bad guns here going into full rifles. So Boy Yeedy needs to come up big here. He needs at least like 3 realistically for him to be.
Well, everybody, let's count. 1.
That's what you need. That's 1. Teo Drone knows exactly where he is, though, and that's going to make, I mean, UNC doesn't look very scared. They probably should be.
Yeah.
But they don't really care quite yet. And now they're just defaulting it back out. They drew all the rotates. Look at this. 4 people onto B side for BW. And now they're just going to be playing through mid. They're a bit loud. Astra should be able to hear this eventually. And it's going to stall out for a bit here. Astra, I believe, re-smoking B main. There's a lot of kill over towards A. Look at Killjoy fully set up towards A.
Yeah, and it's also going to be Hayden K versus Trey right when this smoke comes. When this smoke comes down.
Yeah, and
never mind.
I'm trying to see what Tejo is doing. Yeah, Tejo's just working cat, super slow, waiting for his team to go through A main. If Tejo can find Satoru Gojo, that's massive. But if Satoru Gojo wins against Tejo, it's pretty much GG on the round.
Yeah, in 35 seconds, like you said, playing this really slow.
Yeah, KO ult comes out, actually. So they're going to be able to have free site control. Yeah, and their site control plant should be coming down soon here. Hayden K has a nice flank. I like the flank from Hayden K. Op is in position again towards that heaven. Door is closed. Going to be broken here pretty soon. And now it's just post plant. Tejo, I think, is playing for his mollies. Boy, good shot. Traded immediately, though, so that's no op in play. Actually, Hayden K hasn't picked up. Oh, man. Ooh. Good shots from UNC. They're playing in just weird off angles, and it's working. Epic move trying to find something. Trey just hops onto the box. Error, not looking at that, not expecting it, and that's going to be a round win for UNC. That's brutal. only for Boy Edie, realistically. Everybody else on his team can buy up rifles here because that's usually how it works. You win the first 2, win the third, you can buy 4th. Boy Edie saved for the op on that 3rd, and they lost the round, and that's going to feel really, really bad for him. And they have to deal with another full buy out of UNC here. UNC moving to 9, and I like the way they're playing this attack. I do like the way BW is playing the defense. In all honesty, they're playing it really methodically, really just disciplined, and that is what they need to do against the play style that UNC is doing. It's just slow, controlled map pressure, and they're playing it really well. Boy Edie stuck with a Bucky, but it might work because he has to deal with all of this. Presence detected though, and here comes the drone as well. Oh my gosh,
getting one
really,
before the
really
drone goes off too.
That's just really well played. That's exactly what you need. This pop flash might be lethal from KZoo though.
Yeah. Also, just like on top of that, I feel like that they have to play slow because they have defensive ones.
Yep.
I mean, they have defensive agents like Vise, but Boy Edie really saying, I have a Bucky, let's see what I can do. But getting the 2, but Sponge answering in kind, now it's going to be...
still stuck here.
Yep.
And this is interesting. They took so long to reactivate towards this bomb that BW can just fully rotate. I don't know what UNC was doing there.
I don't know what Sponge wanted to do.
No, that was the first real major mistake I've seen them do. I don't know why they didn't play for that. They had a really good window and they just wasted it realistically. And now all 3 of BW's players are here. And Trey finds 1, but it's immediately traded. Good round for BW. Very much so must win round.
Yeah.
Boy Edie gonna just ult here, and then he's gonna have op next round.
Yeah, and then here is going to be the timeout
for UNC.
It's just been so good to see BW. Like, math is weird because you just see the first 6 rounds go in their favor, and then just 2, 2, 2, another potential 2, and then it's gonna, like, BW's catching up slowly but surely, and it's just working masterfully. Especially, like you said, it's actually Boy Edie being top frag, the only one that's going positive, just barely for BW. And on top of that, just like Hayden K going 500 with 12 and 12, even with Kuzu with the standout performance of 17-11. I mean, it's still BW's right there.
They are, and honestly, that round, it's still just hero rounds for BW. Like Boy Edie finding 3 with the shotgun there. Like if Kazu had a better pop flash, Boy Edie gets flash and he doesn't get those 3.
Yeah.
But Boy Edie was able to play off of the mistake from KZoo and gets 3 off of it, you know? And then for some reason, I think they might not have known bomb was down. I don't know what the play was from UNC. I don't know why they did what they did at the end of that round. But BW took advantage of it. They just set up on Cat, made sure that they couldn't get the bomb back, good trades, and like they just played fundamentals, and that's what you need to do in a situation like this. And let's see what UNC does off the timeout. It's going to be a 3-2 split here, playing for information. Teho, KZoo finds 1 on the error. BW just getting a little bit too feisty. They were trying to play for that A orb control, I think, to get error's ultimate, maybe. And unfortunately, it doesn't work out very well for them. And now, numbers advantage. Look at Hayden K, though. He's trying to get something back. Gets spotted out immediately. And he does make it out with his life, so it's not too bad of a situation for BW. But now, UNC kind of has, like, control of whatever they want to do. That smoke mid forces Hayden K to stay there, actually, because now they don't know if it's rotating back to B.
Yeah.
And if they just continue to play cut noise here, it is going to be, I think, I mean, it's 1 every place for BW.
Yeah, I do think this is going to be just a hard commit.
Yeah, it's a hard A commit. Boy Edie trying to make it out of sight. He gets to a really good angle, actually. I don't think they'll clear this. Like, you never clear this. Boy Edie getting aggressive.
Yeah, getting 2. And oh my gosh, Hayden K also with 2.
Yep, and that's what I'm saying. That was a great spot for Boy Edie. He snuck his way into a really, really nice corner that you will never check if you're full executing a site like that.
Yeah, and like using the knife as well. Like they had a lot of space covered there, but not enough, and just sneaking by.
Yeah, that's like he found the one spot I think on the site that wasn't hit by the KO knife or the Teho ult, and he took advantage of it. And Boy Edie, that's kind of been like, he's not really doing any like crazy jet shit. He's kind of just like snaking around the map. Like, he's just finding these angles that work really, really well, and that's, if it works, you know. I don't know if UNC has guns here. I think they might have guns, but they have to play into Boy Edie's op. It is going to be interesting buy. I don't know really what this is for them. They're trying to get some early rotates here. I think they got one off of this early pressure. Hayden K.
Yes.
I like him to hit those shots usually. Like, you know, like he's good for those for sure.
Yeah, and he usually, but he does spot that there is two.
Yeah,
mid.
and that kind of boxes UNC back into this A position. Realistically, they could wrap all the way through spawn to B.
Yeah.
But BW kind of has their number here, and
I love it. They're all standing around. It really just feels like, all right, who's going to peek first?
Boy Edie spotted. They should know that he is hell here. He's going to get, it is just going to be Vicestalled. Good shot from Boy Edie. Epic Move finds one on the entry as well. And it's numbers advantage greatly. Vice trying to do something here.
Okay.
Boy Edie got a bit ambitious with the guns. 3v2 now. Ooh, saw the head. Satoru Gojo did. Knows one's dice. And Bomb, look at Bomb down. That's on Switch, though. So this is going to be a hard round for UNC. Oh, they got the Bomb, actually. Never mind.
Yeah, they got it back, but here's the ult.
Breach ult comes through. What is the play? And, oh my gosh. And there we go. Good round for BW.
Yeah, and that is going to be the first time that they've won 3 rounds in a row.
Yeah, they tie it up. 9-9 here. And they're just playing better Valorant right now. They're playing more
essentially Call of Duty.
I was gonna say Call of Duty, but they're just playing way better Valorant. They're not getting killed instantly for no reason, and they're playing their utility a lot better. And that's what you need to do. And I guess their information style comp, they feel more comfortable on the defense here, just because they don't really have to be as proactive with it.
Yeah.
It's a bit easier for them to execute, which is good. They're taking advantage of it. And this Boy Edie op hasn't quite gotten as much value as you would think yet, but I think it might this round. This pop flash would be good, though.
Yeah, but the value
that
that
pop
it
flash
has,
is so good, and he gets headshot through the wall, though.
the value that it has gotten, though, has been just barely, but enough to.
Yeah, I mean, it's spacing as well.
through.
You have to be afraid of an op. You have to change the way that you play to deal with an operator because it's such a powerful gun. And that in itself is value.
Yeah.
And now it's just going to be, once again, the slow default round in favor of UNC.
We have the
Satoru Gojo
Odin.
has the Odin out. It's kind of their go-to. I see Satoru Gojo with this gun in their hand every time I see them play at this point. And it's just like slow hit. Looks like it's going to end A. They keep favoring this ape. Oh, it's going to be through mid. I like that a lot more, but they're going to run into Hayden K. That's going to be the guy you don't really want to run into.
Yeah, and then detected and suppressed, but more importantly, able to get out of there.
Yeah, is able to get out. Epic move. That's unfortunate for him.
Yeah.
Was seen as soon as the smoke popped and just gets headied through the wall. And that's Satoru Gojo finds 2 really nice kills, but traded out immediately. Numbers advantage in favor. Gonna get rezzed as well. Oh boy, this op. Ooh, good TP from the Omen, avoiding the operator. Error finds one. Really important kill.
Yep, great job by Error, hoping to get just a bit more out of it.
Yeah, trying to make something happen. Has the Silva ultimate if he is looking to invest that. Not sure quite yet if that is the case. Trying to get this Vice Wall out is Boy Edie. Don't really know what's happening. Vice Wall should pop. And now just 2v2. And this is a bit hard. Both Boy Edie being at 30 HP. Vice also very, very low, but look at these angles. Great angles from the side of UNC. Sponge finds Boy Edie, takes his head off, and now Error 1v3. If this is around the 1v, if this is and he's just going to save the op, I don't dislike that call.
That's fair.
I think it's smart. You brought the score back quite far enough where saving an op here is very valid.
Yeah, and just like on top of that, now you don't need to worry about Hayden K or Boy Edie having to buy the op. It's just, okay, here you go. And then I have my own money for next round.
Yep. And really, it felt like a needed round for UNC. They were kind of starting to slip away 3 in a row on the loss column. They brought one back here, which is good for them. But
back-to-back Odin rounds, though.
Yeah, a lot of money because of that 3 rounds in a row. and it's going to be 2 ultimates in favor of BW here. So 3 ultimates, actually. It's going to be Error, Hayden K, and Satoru Gojo.
Versus the one Jet Wall, which...
Yeah, lots of ultimates to work with. So as long as those are played out correctly, this round could be pretty easily secured for BW.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of retake ultimates, so if they feel a lot of pressure to the site, they can just say, hey, we could just wait. And it's not a big deal because they have that Astra Wall, that KJ ult, and that Sova ult.
Yeah, and it does look like, once again, UNC is going to do this mid route.
Yep.
Try to...
Through Sri Hyundai.
Yep.
It's kind of been what they're doing every single time. They spot out 2 towards this tree point, and there's that line to clear it out. And it's going to be just pretty much free A site here, actually, if they decide to go through it. They do. Bomb is going to go down here. And this is what I'm saying. And there's the Sova ult immediately. Hits 1 tag. Isn't able to find a kill off of it, unfortunately.
Yeah, but these tags are pretty important.
Yeah, it's going to be 70 health, minus 70 for, look at that Omen. He's literally 1 bullet.
Yeah.
And here comes the Killjoy ult. And this is what I was saying. They have a ton of, and here's the Astra Wall. And they have just so many retake ultimates where it's so nice for the side of BW. I don't know if any Teho mines are a thing. And yeah, UNC just has to flood out, and they just get ripped to shreds.
For it.
Yeah.
And then here goes the Teo, and just
Teo
same
goes through,
thing.
and that's going to be a good round for BW. Investing 3 ults feels bad, but they get the round. And that's what matters. 3 alive as well, so your money's really good.
They also got a lot of charge from their ults.
Yeah.
Like Boy Yeti almost are getting a pretty good amount for that Jet, only 4 more.
Yeah, Error and Epic Move probably aren't going to be getting their ult for the rest of this game.
Yeah.
Satoru Gojo probably not as well. Hayden K I can see getting his ultimate here, just because there's only 4 rounds left in normal time.
Yeah. In normal time, yeah.
Yeah. JRD possibly could get one online here, but UNC's just been losing a lot of rounds, so they don't really have a lot. Boy, he finds a good pick on the tray.
Yeah, and I feel like they've been flip-flopping on challenging Boy Yeti and not, and most times where they've been challenging Boy Yeti, they've been losing.
Yeah, Trey has been not peaking that because I think he knew the Jet was there, and that time he was just like, you know what, screw it. I'm going to try to see if the Jet's actually there again, and he was, and he died because of it.
Yeah. And I think there's going to be a lot of information seeing all 4 once the smoke drops.
It might just, he goes right past it, doesn't actually see it. Good shots from Epic Move, really good shots actually. And then that's just going to be a collapse through mid. Keizu finds really 2 nice ones, but that's going to be a clean round.
Yeah, ending but with the op.
Yeah. And now it's starting to get dire. I don't know if this is a buy round for UNC. I think it's actually a save, and it is going to be a save. So they're just playing for full overtime now. They're expecting to lose this round, and they're like, okay, we'll lose this round, and then we'll win the 2 after.
Yep.
That's their mindset right now. They're like, we got 1 round to give, save this one and get guns for next, and win those 2 next ones. That's their game plan here. BW will have enough money for the rest of the game, so they're okay losing this one. They'll have the op in Odin in the next one as well. And Trey might get picked again here.
Oh, then he brought a friend this
jiggle,
time.
Good jiggle. No jet dash. Oh, Trey, don't do it. Don't do it, Trey.
Got him through the wall.
The wall. Saw the very tiny pixel of his shoulder.
Got the idea of his arm right there.
Yep. And now, realistically, I mean, it's on a round like this for UNC every single time. It's just playing for a BW mistake. BW won't make one.
Yeah.
And so it's very hard for UNC to make a play unless something crazy happens. It looks like it's just going to be through tree again. I actually really like the adjustment that Satoru Gojo has made. They've put the alarm bot and the 2 mollies towards his mid. That's not good.
Yeah, the double drop by Error in Hayden K.
Yeah, 2 1-taps through there is really bad, actually. Boy Edie finds one back, so they even up the numbers. I think they might have gotten guns from that, though. I can't tell if they made it far enough up to get the guns. They didn't, so that's good. There goes the smoke, and so then now they're going to play for those guns. So they're going to have 2 rifles through here now, and JRD is at 5 HP, so that's nice.
Yeah.
But they kind of stuck in this little box here, and Boy Yeedy has their number. I don't know if they have enough good smoke.
Great smoke to get out of. To try to get out of there.
They're gonna have to go really fast on this site. Look at this play.
Oh my gosh! Smoking right next and
yeah,
going to be found.
Yeah, Sponge. Great play from him. Playing a really bizarre off angle, and that is going to allow him to get 2 freebies. Quite frankly, and this is
Sacho Gojo with 1 though. I don't know how they hit that.
Nowhere. That was onto the player that was 5 HP.
Yeah, bullet from Christ himself.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Didn't see the guy at all. Just shot errantly. Sacho Gojo, oh my gosh, that's 1, but
no.
Traded out from K2. Almost a really nice play from them, but unfortunately, a thrifty round from UNC, and that's what you really didn't want. They still have the money. They still get that Odin and Operator for BW, but now they have a bit more of a forgiveness on the side of UNC.
I was going to say, yeah, they have a bit more wiggle room.
They could lose this one and have another one in the back of their pockets. So it's really
this could go either way. This is a very determinant round.
Even. Boy Yee's got the Bucky back out though, so that's going to be dangerous. But UNC not going the way of Boy Yee here. Boy Yee with the ultimate here. It's just going to be a save on the side of BW, except for Satoru Gojo with the Odin.
Yeah.
That's an interesting choice. It's like Hero Odin. Haven't seen a lot of those in my days. Might be able to get 1. Yeah, just going to spray down this ultimate. It's going to actually get pushed off of that for not a whole lot of reason. And that's going to be a free site take. They have Teho ultimate as well, and Vice ultimate now. So that's going to be really dangerous on the side of BW because they don't have any retake ultimates. Good shots from Hayden K. Isn't able to find a 1 there. Oh no.
Oh,
and that's
man.
Whatever was
that Vice?
Yeah, Vice ult was brutal. Teho invested as well, interestingly enough. Verdi finds 1. Epic Moo finds 1. And now it's a 1v1. This is really, really winnable for Epic Moo, actually. Spots 1. Oh my gosh.
Okay,
does get
able to get it, though.
Really well played from Epic Moo. And that is another round. And Epic Moo's going to get a Breach ultimate off of this.
And just barely get it on time as well.
Yep, and that's going to be a really nice round for BW. And rough game for Lenny Bear. 9 and 20 on their Jet is a interesting thing to be happening.
And really, Lenny Bear in the beginning of the round was the person that was top fragging.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
really
he got like 4 op picks.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gone a kill since he had an Operator in his hand, which is a bit tragic if you're on the side of UNC. But yeah, map point here in favor of BW. If they win this one, they get it. And they have a Hayden K and Epic Moo ult.
Yeah. And then this is going to be the Flash and the Breach coming out, not getting much there.
Yeah, push up from Boy Yeedy, I like it. Utilizing his dash a bit. He's going to lose that going into this. But it's just going to be really simple split again from UNC. They've been having a lot of success on this slow play. And I think it's because BW gets really antsy. They start getting uncomfortable when nothing is happening, and they try to start forcing the envelope. And UNC is kind of taking advantage of this. I like this Dribble Peek.
I was going to say, I need to, this mid play might be...
Smoke immediately.
Yeah. Going to be very crucial because it allows it to be essentially 5 on A.
Yep. And it's going to be, and this is kind of just UNC's bread and butter. They've been doing this pretty much the entire game.
Hidden K might actually be snuck.
Hidden K, yeah, I mean, that's a default position. They should clear that once they get into it. But they're just playing so slowly. Look how slowly that UNC's playing. And here comes the Teho drone finally for some information. Good blind as well to clear this off. And that's going to be full sight again. Now it's a matter of what are they going to... Yeah, I like that. Oh, 3 picks and bomb down. Questionable play for UNC there.
Great play on the side of BW.
I mean, yeah, they won their gunfights. They did exactly what they needed to do. I hate the fact that the bomb tried to swing it as well. They got one back. And now, yeah, Soval and Breach ult, that's just going to be GG here. That's 1 more down. The last guy, no time. Map goes in favor of BW. Really good comeback from them.
Yeah, and ending off with the flawless. And I said this one was going to be a close one. 11-13.
That was close. I thought it was going overtime.
Yeah.
I was expecting an overtime, actually. But really good series of plays from BW. Their attack looked really shaky. But they brought back on defense,
Yeah.
And that's what you needed to see.
I think one of the main things was like holding Lenny Bear all the way down to bottom
Yeah,
frag
that's
of
bad.
9 and 21. And then like on top of that, Hayden K not playing, not saying that he played bad, but not top fragging, but Boy Yeedy stepping up like, you know what? How about you have 24?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, Boy Yeedy and Hayden K the entire year, like, those are your two best players on the team right now. And that's what, like, you're expecting Boy Yeedy to be doing that. He's on the Jet. He's on the Duelist. He's going to be your operator player. Like, you're expecting the kills each round. 5 first bloods. It's beautiful. That's what you like to see. And then Hayden K, like, he's your aim demon, He's the guy that's not missing any shots. He's your IGL as well. You really like to see your IGL making sure that he's staying mentally in shape. Like, because he's getting those kills and he's staying good throughout the games even when you're losing. So your IGL, his mental's up. He's feeling himself. He's like, yo, I'm crushing these guys right now. We got this. It doesn't even matter if we're down 6-0.
Yeah.
Like, we're still in this 100%.
Yeah, and just to remind the people, if you guys are watching this live, they started down 6-0.
Yep.
And just slowly but surely getting 2, losing 1, getting 2, losing 1, getting 3, then losing 1. And it's like, slowly but surely that mental.
They clawed it back, and like that 6-0, that sucks. Like, that sucks a lot mentally as a player. It sucks. But they got the timeout. Fonz, the coach, reeled them back in. I'm sure of it. Told them what needed to happen. Kept it straight. Kept it cool and collected. And like, they brought it back, and they slowly got. They got a couple rounds on the attack. They got enough. They took 4. And one more round, it would have been the other way in favor of UNC. So every one of those 4 rounds on attack they needed, and then on the defense, they took advantage of that comp that they had, and they took advantage of the fact that apparently Ascent is defensive-sided nowadays.
Yeah, and with that, we are going to head to a short break just to reacclimate before we get into more Valorant. But stay tuned for more BW Valorant. BW is up 1-0. Will they close it out as a 2-0? We'll find out soon. And we are back for more BW Valorant. BW is up 1-0 in this championship game, only needing one more to seal the deal. And it looks like we are going to Haven, where BW is starting on defenders. And hopefully we get a closeout. The first one, an 11-13 barn burner like you wanted.
Yeah, definitely a barn burner. And going into this, once again, BW with a bit of a new vibe type comp. It's going to be the Jet, looks like, and we can talk about UNC as well because is fully locked in. Sova, it's the most standard Haven comp you can possibly get, realistically. Yeah. It's the Breach, Cypher, Jet, Omen, Sova. Super, super standard. Like, it's what people were playing 5 years ago when the game came out and Haven was with it. You know, like, there's nothing new here. On the side of BW right now, Hover, Tejo, and Vice.
And Breach again.
Vice super strong on this map.
Yeah.
And the Tejo as well. I like it. Not necessarily playing for as much information gathering, but I think it's good. Boyidi on the Jet. Can't complain about that one at all. Satoru Gojo on the Omen. I'm fine with it. And then Epic Moo on the Breach, which I like as well.
Yeah, especially after last round, watching Boyidi on the Jet. No complaints here.
Nope, absolutely zero.
And now coming up to this last one, this is the important one. Really, BW, I think their greatest strength, not that they had it scouted out, but holding Lenny Bear to 9-20 was really crucial.
I was going to mention that as well. And that could be on the flip side. You could be afraid for BW if Lenny Bear actually gets activated. Like, what's that going to mean for the game, right? Because Lenny Bear only going 9-20, that's as cold of a game as you can possibly get.
Especially with, like, not only are we in the studio where the lights are bright, but when the lights are brightest for the players.
Yeah, like championship, like going 9-20, like there's two things going through your mind after a game like that, right? You're either mentally kaboomed and you're not going to perform anymore because you're like, I can't play right now. Like, I don't know what's happening. I'm iced out. Like, I can't do anything. Or it gives you more motivation and you're going to go demon time. So
yeah, DeMar DeRozan or Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what is going to happen here for the state of the game, but we'll see. And here we go. We're getting into it, and it looks like it's going to be a pretty simple garage push here in favor of UNC.
Yeah, just
coming
going
through. Yeah, BW. I really like this actually pushing through here. Going to try and get this pick on the Sova. Yeah, and they do actually. And immediately numbers advantage. And it is going to be a C commit. Look at this Cypher, though. He might have snuck his way through on the flank of the flank. And he might get at least one. Doesn't get one, actually. Hayden K is going to start working the CT spy. He's going to run into quite a few players here. And he gets taken out. Lenny Bear on the board already here. 44 now. BW going to retake through garage now. And
then Cypher once again being the flanker of the flank.
And yeah, really good, like, just positioning and map awareness. Oh, great blind as well, and that's just going to be ripping them to bits. Lenny Bear, third of his kills that he had last game in one round here already. So I think he's
waking up.
I think he might be warming up a little bit, which is a scary prospect if you're a fan of BW. But good round for UNC there. Took sight through garage pretty well. I loved what BW did on that C long side, attacking the weak side, getting kill, and then from there Hayden K got overwhelmed, and the Cypher play, the flanking the flank, worked out pretty well in favor of UNC here.
Yeah, but I think that's a play that can only work once or twice. BW is going to pick that up really quickly, or at least you'd hope for it. And now just coming up to this next one, let's see what they do, as it looks like that this is going to be a hard C push.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a lot of C pressure here. That's info, going to be a lot of info here as well. Man,
funnily enough,
Lenny Bear is just the sacrificial lamb, essentially. His entire team left him to die. I don't know really what that play was.
Funnily enough, BW had a lot of practice against that play. They scrimmed against the winner of ESO, and the winner of ESO, their Jet, would do almost the exact same play every single round. And I remember Era was commenting on that, and he just watched it. And Trey being another flanker of the flank again.
Yeah, that's what Trey is going to be doing this entire half on defense, on attack. I mean, the Cypher's job essentially is to get lost and Oh man, Hayden K has the gun for this job actually, and he doesn't. Isn't able to do anything.
Got a lot of
Shuts it
body
down.
shots, but not enough.
Eric
Is able to
traded,
trade.
but is traded instantly. 1v3 situation now for Epic Move.
All right, pistol time.
Pistol Demon activated. Never mind, Spectre mode. And just trying to see if he can
I don't
do
think I have a
anything.
Spectre
I don't
joke.
know what's happening. You can't. This is like the most unkillable drone ever. And that's just going to be a pretty clean round for the side of UNC here.
Yeah, just another like kind of a guarantee. Like won the pistol round,
Yep.
you have the money.
Yep, you should always win the second round. And now going in this third one, this is where BW needs to win it.
Yeah.
They have the rifles and they're playing into those weaker guns. This is where they lost it on the ascent and started to have that massive, massive deficit. You can't have that here. I think, especially with Lenny Bears starting to play a bit better, you're not going to want to have as great of a deficit.
Hey, want to see a dead body? No, I lied. But yeah, Boy Edie already on an outlaw, and
brutal.
wow, getting taken down by the Guardian through the smoke.
Yeah, that sucks a lot. Sasha Gojo. I think if they just shot, they would have hit him in the head. Unfortunately, afraid to take the gunfight. Understandable. And now he's caught out. Good play from Epic Moon Boy Edie with that utility usage there. And it is going to end A here on the side of UNC. And you see BW starting to pressure these mid extremities, just trying to lock UNC into this A site. It's working pretty well so far.
And just like all semester, this is where BW is doing kind of their swarming job of just like staying on the outside, not having to retake because they're not down, but just, like with big numbers.
Hayden K now, he should be making his way back. It's going to take a while, though, for him to get back here. Boy Edie, are they going to clear him? That's the question. I don't think they are. Oh, he does. Oh, and he loses the gunfight against the Spectre. Epic Moo, unfortunately, not able to do anything there as well. And now it's on to Hayden K. And Sadaru Gojo, only 2v4 situation. Bomb is down. Everything is covered. Missed shot. Oh no, gun not out. Sadaru Gojo gets taken out by Lenny Bear. Hayden K. Gonna have to save it. And there's a lot of time as well for UNC to hunt him down here. We'll see if it happens, but
yeah, but since BW has been aggressive, even in like these low points, kind of it looks like they're kind of expecting, or they were kind of expecting him to attack, but now they're on the hunt.
Yeah, and they're just trying to get rid of this gun. Actually, it doesn't even look like they care that much. They're making sure there's no ninja defuse here.
Yeah.
And that round right there, unfortunate first blood through the smoke. That's really just unlucky. You can't really do anything about it. But I think BW got a bit too ambitious. They tried to push the envelope there, and then they gave up sight. Interesting jiggle peek from, like, the jiggle peek was fine, and then they just got double omen blinded, which was tragic. And Boy Edie lost the gun duel to the other jet with the Spectre. And this is going to be most likely a 4-0 in favor of UNC again to start off this game. And as a BW fan, I guess you're okay with it. But, like, you really don't like seeing it. You don't like being down 3-0, you know?
Yeah, like this is not what you want.
No.
Like, you know, a comeback is able to happen as Lenny Bear actually takes down Hayden K, Satoru Gojo, and Air going down along with Boy Edie. Just real quick events just like that. Now it's up to Epic Mew with the Sheriff.
Yeah, and
it's no longer up to Epic Mew and the Sheriff.
That play was one of our eco plays when I played Valorant 2 years ago. And I think just about everybody knows that that's the eco play on Haven. When you go against BW, everybody just sprints out mid, and UNC was clearly ready for it. They had 2 players playing in Heaven or in Window and 2 players playing back grass, just expecting to push out on that eco round. Boy Edie has an op in his hand. This is a relatively must-win here. If they lose this one, it's pretty much 6-0 guaranteed here.
Yeah, you don't want to go down 6-0 again.
No, I don't like it. You did it once. Your percentages of coming back from 6-0 are really low. Doing it once is nice. I don't want to be in a position where they have to do it again.
Yeah, going against the odds is fun and all, but I don't want to see it all the time.
Breach all hits nobody. Good position from Hayden K.
Yep, and then there's that positioning again with the Jet.
Isn't able to hit the shots, though. Sponge is able to outmaneuver Hayden K onto that one, and now the op is going to have to play retake. You hate playing retake as an op. It feels not good, especially onto the C site. You have some decent angles, but they're just not.
Also, Error barely missing these.
Epic Move finds one, but look at number 9 on the minimap. The Cypher player is rotating all the way around. This could be lethal. Good shot from Boyidi, finds one. Is he able to get the second? And it's just good trades, and there's the Cypher player activating on the backside of the map. Operator round lost, 5-0. I'm expecting a timeout here again. Not sure.
I'm kind of okay with this. Yeah, I'm kind of okay with this non-timeout either. Just like, we've been in this situation before. We know what they're going to do. Like, not on this map, but we know what they're going to do. Just 5-0 to 6-0, and let's try to retake this. Let's not.
Yeah,
We've come back from this before. Let's see if we could do it again.
I think that's a fair line of reasoning. Hayden K needs to get something going. He's 0-5 right now.
Yeah, pulling a Lenny Bear.
Yeah, not what you want to see out of one of your star players. He's going to get pushed off his position there. He has a lot of info. He knows that it most likely will be a pretty heavy C hit here. There's the flash instantly. Hayden K alone with the Jet. The 1v1 here. He knows he's there.
Yep,
Lenny
gets
Bear
the
picks
kill.
the wrong angle. And now Hayden K is stuck back plat, but look at Boyidi on the fast flank with the rest of the squad. Good 1-2-3 actually.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's a good pistol round save round actually.
Yeah, now it's up to the Cypher trade, giving
Yeah, he's
BW
not
the
gonna
most
really
problems.
do
That's
anything.
going to be it.
Good comeback there. That's what you need to see if you're the side BW. And to your credit, Matthias, they didn't take the timeout and they were able to pull it out.
Yeah, and now they could save that timeout for if they're even in a more, if somehow you're in even more dire situation than 6-0. But
I think if you lose 2 more rounds at some point, you pull timeout. As soon as either they hit 7 or 8 score, I think you rip timeout here. They really want to win this round. They need to win 2 rounds in a row here, just straight, to get UNC on the back foot money-wise. But we'll see what they can do here. It's going to be a pretty even split for the side of UNC, just trying to play info. I like this positioning from Boyidi a lot, playing just really aggressively with the operator. That's what you need to see. You need him to be building his confidence.
yeah,
He's, at the current point, your top-performing player, and you need him to be that X factor in these rounds. Unfortunately, he chose the wrong side to be looking at there, and he's going to be forced off of this position from the Sova drone. And look at number 1 and number 9 on the map. The Cypher is going to fight mid, and he finds Epic Moo.
yeah, and then there's this drone coming out.
Bear finds Hayden K as well through mid, and they have full C control. That entire side of the map is theirs. Bomb is going to go down here as well.
Now let's see if BW is going to be able to retake.
Yeah, I think if you can get into garage with a kill, round's winnable. If one more person dies on BW, it's a save. It should be at least.
Yeah.
And look at the setup for UNC. It's just so ironclad. I don't even know if they're going to clear this jet. Yeah, they're not going to clear this jet.
Yep, still almost able to get it. Not Lenny Bear getting
Jojo should be a
more out
save
of it.
here, and yeah, there's the save. And they're not going to be able to save the op, which really, really sucks.
Yeah.
This is what I was saying. Lenny Bear getting activated is scary. Lenny Bear being your entry and duelist player, he's has the same amount of kills as he did last game in only 6 rounds.
Yeah.
So he's playing the game now. I think his older brother's on the keyboard.
Yeah. Can we get a how can we check that?
I think there's a new person playing.
Yeah, but I think even bigger thing, like as great as Lenny Bear has been playing, Hayden K, 1-6.
Yeah. He needs to get activated.
Yeah.
He's unfortunately stuck on Vice duty, but it doesn't change anything. You were on the Astra last round.
I was going to say Vice duty doesn't change how you aim.
Yeah, it really shouldn't. I think he's just getting like util dumped. I don't really know. It's unfortunate right now for the side of the BW. This is where they started kind of turning things around once they got to this 6-0, and that's just Missed shots from Error and Laniber. Good shots from Satoru Gojo, actually. Holy.
Yeah, Satoru Gojo with 2.5.
And Satoru Gojo evening it up. That's what you need. Epic Moon, Boyidi combining for another one as well. Really well played. And now UNC on the back foot here.
Look right.
Let's see what they're going to be able to do. I think Hayden K is calling for a rotate maybe, but UNC is staying firm on this A position. Look at number 9. And that's just going to be Trey walking up super, super slowly. And yeah, they're going to have free A site if they want it.
Yeah.
But look at Epic Moon. I like this play. I like both of them going heaven here. It's really smart, actually. But number 9 on the minimap gets through. Crew, though, is going to be able to... And does Cypher expect this? Kind of, not really. I don't really know there. And Cypher's going to make out alive. That's 2v2 numbers. And really well played, like timing-wise, taking advantage of it. Trey, just on that Cypher, being able to get lost, being able to make a difference in the round. Good flash. Ooh, almost combined it for a kill. Great shot from Hayden K there. That was a necessary round.
Yeah, back-to-back, though, of the same time of Hayden K and Epic Moo, kind of like in a montage sort of thing, both of them killing their opponent at the same time and being able to let them win this round.
Really good shot from Hayden K. You need them to start hitting shots like that. He was full flash, it just flicked on the guy. Yeah. That's lethal.
And then there's the timeout again.
Yeah, timeout. I think UNC's thought process with that timeout is just to get it done with. I think they're still comfortable with where they are.
Yeah.
But if they win this round, they put BW into economy problems again, and I think that's what the timeout is going for. If you win this round, you essentially win 2 if you're the side of UNC.
Yeah.
And that's why BW really doesn't want to lose this round. And this is going to be an ultimate round. You're going to have the Vice ultimate and the Tejo ultimate on the side of BW, and you're going to have that Sova ultimate on the side of UNC.
But on top of that, Sponge is going to have ult and Lenny Bear along with ult, but Keizu could use ult in the same round. 8 out of 9 charge.
Yeah, very close on that Breach ultimate, and that's going to be the impact ones.
Yeah, and with 7 more seconds to go, it does look like Boy Yeety getting back on the op to get rid of his, and hopefully it just turns around. Cools out. Hopefully a couple of bullets from the op cools down Lenny Bear.
Yeah, he's actually going to turn away from the op. It would have been a full glass cannon op, no armor on it, which is a bit rough going into this one. I think BW, I honestly don't hate the 4-stack A. I really don't. I think it's smart into what UNC's been throwing. I think it's also a bit dangerous for Hayden. He's been getting taken advantage of on this garage position, but you have to trust your star player to be able to hold it, and he gets headshot through the wall, unfortunately. So it's just free C site for the side of UNC.
But these recaps, other than just avoiding Trey and not being able to.
Yeah, look at him already. He's already up into B.
Yeah, but other than that, it has been really well for these recaps. They just need to avoid these.
Oh, he doesn't. Oh my gosh, Error lives with 26 HP.
Yeah.
Vice ult comes through.
Trey still recapping. Error's right there. Not going to get him, though.
Trey finds 2. Yep, there's the garage activated from Trey. Gets traded immediately, though. They have numbers still. Reach ultimate comes through as well. That hits everybody on the team.
Yeah.
And another stun, 2 killed off of it, and that's just another round in favor of UNC. This is getting dicey for BW, to say the least here.
Yeah, and the Spike was not doing them any favors either. No. Counting down, and it was really just a catch-22. Really had to have Epic Mew just play up in that position and just kind of distract and hopefully even kill those 2.
Yeah, I think they needed a player to push. And it's counterintuitive there because you're in a numbers advantage. There's no reason to do that. You should just play trades, but because of the utility usage that they had to deal with in defusing the bomb, they needed to play like that. They needed one person to go and get at least 1, and the 1-for-1 there is so good. It looks like it's going to be a B hit. I like the switch up on the side of UNC. I want to see what BW can do here in response. So far, not a whole lot. Good shock dart, actually. Good shots from Boy Yeety and Epic Moo. It's traded back immediately, though. And I like the positioning from Satoru Gojo here. Hayden K, great shots. going to be the hero vandal. Great pop and swing as well. Hayden K, he's the guy that needs to make something happen. He's making it happen. Kind of a wasted Daeho ult, unfortunately, because Hayden K just mollywopped
He
their
was
whole
the
team. Yeah.
And now here's Trey.
Just Trey.
He can't flank if there's no team left.
This is true. This is true. Trey, pretty much unwinnable round for him, unless BW walks at them with their hands off the keyboards.
Yeah.
And so,
or just tries to play the rest with their monitor off.
Yeah, that would also do the trick. And yeah, there it is. So, really, really good round for BW. They needed to win that one. And going forward, I think they would be comfortable with the 7-5 half here.
Yeah. I was thinking, are we seeing another 8-4 half before we switch around?
As well. And I will say this, Haven is a attacking sided map. The attack side on Haven is a lot stronger than defense. Just because it's 3 sites, you have so much more ability to pick apart the enemy defense. And you were seeing that a lot earlier on the side of UNC. Lenny Bear is going to be able to use the ultimate here, and it is going to be a buy round for the rest of it, so full buy rounds here. And UNC does have these ultimates still. Only 2 rounds left in the half, so there's going to be a whole lot more coming out. I like this play from Air, pushed up really far along with Satro Gojo. But on the other side of the map, UNC pretty much already has C control.
Yeah.
And they do. They just have full C control, so bombs can come out.
I think what's good, though, this is one of the first times where they have C control without losing a life.
As you say that,
yeah.
Satro Gojo gets killed on the flank, unfortunately. And look at Trey already through. I think Hayden K heard that one, so Air was aware but lost the gunfight, unfortunately. Hayden K finds one. Hayden K kind of just activating on the map, killing everybody.
Yeah, faking the defuse and not winning that one.
And yeah, here comes the Sobal. I don't dislike it. And he cancels it preemptively. Gosh, if he gets anything there. Yeah. Necessary win. Again,
well, he got a couple of bullets.
Yeah, I thought he was going to pop and swing that and somehow kill the 2 of them, but he didn't, thankfully. And yeah, bring it back to 4 already. BW, they're comfortable in the situation in that 4 rounds only per half.
Yeah, Cavs down 3-1.
Yeah.
BW down 4-0.
Yep. If Epic Mu can get one more kill or point here, he gets his ultimate, and that would be essentially the sealer.
Yeah, same thing. Boy Yeety, Hayden K.
Yeah, they have a lot of big ultimates here, and there's no chance for UNC to get another ultimate this half. So yeah, that's what they're going to play for. They're just going to try to push out this A long position and get Epic Mu's ultimate orb. Yep, there it is. Pretty standard play. And I would have liked if they re-aggressed this with the ult orb, actually.
Yeah.
Like, they just breach ult it. I would have loved that play.
Especially that they're all grouped up on B right now. So.
Yeah, they don't quite know that. Boy, Yeety finds 1. Satro Gojo, boom, 2. That's exactly what you need to see. Unfortunately, Air gets killed by an aftershock somewhere. And it's big numbers advantage. Look at Trey, though.
Man, how many times?
Rat.
Yeah.
Rat is the only way to describe what he's doing. He's lurking up. Epic Mu kind of has his number, though. He's aware that this Cypher could be here.
And he actually should be blinded right now from that Omen.
It was just an Omen smoke, unfortunately. And, yeah, timing is kind of crazy here. Epic Mu has no idea, but he's going to walk into... Yeah, now he saw him.
Yep, sees him back up.
They saw each other. So it's going to be a re-hit towards C. Hayden K now. The last line of defense over towards the C site. Can Trey take him down? No, Trey's going to turn his back, and that's a really good kill from Hayden K. And that pretty much secures this round because they have a breach ult and the Vice ultimate.
Yeah, they shouldn't have to
the
use
Vice ultimate already. They have no reason not to. It's the last round of half. They aren't taking anything in. Breach ultimate's already out, and that's going to be a free kill. That's good half. Good half on favor of BW. You're super fine with a 5-7.
Yeah, like it's literally been worse.
Yeah.
And you've come back from worse.
Yep. Like I feel you'd feel comfortable in this situation. You're only down 2. If you win the pistol, you're pretty much even.
Yeah.
That's how you're feeling. And like I said earlier, it's Haven. So you're comfortable on this attacking side. And that's the reason UNC picked attacking side on this map. I believe this was a BW map pick. Not super sure, but
I think this was because the first one was a BW pick.
Okay, so this was UNC pick, and then BW chose defense first. So this is where they want to be. They're comfortable right now.
Yeah, and really it's that because now BW set the tone defensively. Like We only lost that.
Teo was stuck by the dart.
Yeah.
Good dart placement there. And yeah, you got Hayden right now just watching extremities. It's good play. But unfortunately, he's not going to see, if the timing is good enough, he's not going to find this Jet and Cypher.
Yeah.
And that's, this Jet and Cypher is going to have such a good fight. Yeah, and they're going to know.
Yeah,
BW, though, expecting it, that's a really good play from them. And they know the second one's here as well. Good, great plays. That's 2 down already, 5v4, 5v3 situation.
And then this is almost a free rotate all the way to C.
Yep, it should be. And Boy Yeedy is going to be flanking it, which is really nice as well for the post plant. Really clean, well thought out round. They expected the flank. That's exactly what you need to do. And that's why it's so good. This map is so, oh no.
He knows he's on stream. Okay,
Nice
gets one.
He's able to know he's able to get a second. He at least gets the 1. That's what you can ask for. Air getting found by the aftershock again. I think that's the second time dying to one for some reason.
Yeah, Hayden K though, making sure it doesn't get
traded,
anything else.
which is good. And now Hayden K looking for this last one. That's the guy you want heated up. You really want him heating up. If you get him heated up, you're pretty comfortable going into the rest of the map that you're going to win it. And good pistol round from BW. Hayden K lurking up that C. I really like that. And the 4 towards A.
Yep.
And then they re-cleared all the angles that the enemy could be. That's the critical point. They re-cleared it, and then they won their gunfights, which is what the other part is that you need to do. But really well executed from them. They look comfortable so far. And it's going to be this bonus into the full pistols. Theoretically should be a round win.
Yes.
We'll see what they can do. Hopefully they win it. But yeah.
This should be a 7-7 going into the next round, but a whole lot of pressure early.
No,
Epic Immune taking down Trey. So
2 through window again.
In
this
theory.
time BW is really not expecting it, especially if they push all the way through. Yep, there it is.
Yep.
Boyedi gets taken out.
But trades and gets it out.
Perfect. That's what they needed. 3v2 situation now. Hayden K is
Epic
going
with 3.
He might run into these 2. I don't think he will. If he checks left, he will. He needs to check left. He needs to check left. He's sheer triggering. He knows where he is. He knows one's grass.
It had it and then got him.
He's going to expect the
I don't
next
think
one.
he saw the second one though, so just staying in spawn.
His utility got shot. Oh no, he doesn't expect him at all.
Yet stays alive,
And,
but
yeah. So 2v1, post plant down. Already half the time done on this bomb, so it should be pretty much GG.
Yeah, but Epic Mew is dinged, so that can go a long way.
Could,
if this
especially
Omen.
with a Marshall, which I think the Omen has.
Yeah.
And this is smart, just playing CT.
Yeah, it's actually an outlaw.
Yeah, they have mollies as well. So this round is theirs already, 100% guaranteed. They see the Omen now as well. So and he's just going to get mollied out, no time. Yeah, good round from BW. That's what they needed to do. And yeah, tie it back up, 7-7. I guess they enjoy being backs against the wall.
I guess that it's not a championship without a little bit of drama. It's not BW without a lot of drama.
Yep.
But yeah, still
classic.
Yep, clearing it out, evening it up early compared to what was it, 10-10 when they had it last time?
It
was 9-9.
It was 9-9 or 10-10, something around that.
So just a bit earlier, 7-7.
Yep. But either way, really just clean rounds there, and now they go into this rifle round. If they win this, that would be very, very good for the situation.
On top of that, this is 5 round wins in a row.
It is, yeah. They have the momentum here. They aren't supposed to win this round, but if they win it, it's really nice for them. Cypher found, and they're going to just full execute out this Cypher, which I like. Just pressuring him, trying to get him out of this, trying to get him out of his sight.
Yep.
A lot of just action going on. Trey finds 2.
Sponge finds 1
as well. Hayden K. Don't think he's going to be aware. Yeah, and that's going to be around.
Yeah.
Which is expected. UNC, they need that one as well. They securing their rifle rounds, making sure they keep it status quo. That's what they're going for right now. And I have a feeling that this one is just going to go back and forth for a couple of rounds.
Yep.
And it's going to get to the point where it's 11-11 again, and then somebody might take it. But I think it's going to get pretty close here.
Yeah, so if you guys are enjoying the stream, keep watching because there's going to be a lot happening and there's going to be a lot still going on because if BW closes this out, they're going home with something
GG.
great.
Yeah, that's GG. If they get this one, it's going to be the end of the series. But if UNC takes this, it's going to be going to the map 3, and I believe that's the lowest as well. So we'll see what happens. Aftershock here, early pressure from UNC over towards this A main position. BW's there to fight it. They push back that jet.
Saturo Gojo with the Odin.
Yep, Odin is online on the Omen, which is crazy.
Yeah.
They spot out the Sova here, and it looks like it's going to be more pressure towards this A site. A lot of shots going around, but nothing traded yet. Error hits himself with his own concussion and gets killed because of it, unfortunately.
Yeah, but it makes them move out, so...
Yeah, the Vice ultimate pushes them off. Sovalt comes through. Good get off stick there, and now they should be able to plant for free. Sova ultimate is down.
Yeah. They are going to have to watch Heaven, though.
Yeah, look at the flank as well. Trey already through flank. And this is a rough round for BW. They're kind of in the barrel, like they're fish in the barrel. Good shot from Epic Blue there.
Yeah, but the fish are fighting back.
Fish are fighting back. Hayden K finds one as well. And that's, in these types of positions here, you need to win your ones. It's all gun duels. And they did perfectly. Literally, rounds like that on that A site are stressful because you don't have the utility advantage.
Yep.
You are just sat there and you're waiting to get clapped by utility, and you just need to win gunfights. And they won their gunfights. They did exactly what they needed to do. And this puts UNC on the back foot. This puts them on a save round. And this should give BW the opportunity to take a lead here.
Yeah, when it's needed most, I believe it's the 2 seniors right now with 15, 10, and 5.
Remember, Hayden K started out 0-6.
Yeah.
And now he's 15-10, and that's what you need to see from him, realistically. And it's kind of funny because Vice, as you expect, more of a defensive-sided operator, but you know,
in Hayden's hands, that's an attacker.
He's an attacker. He wants to fight you with his guns, and that's all he's going to do.
Also, Saturo Gojo, while shooting through the door, was able to get a lot of damage on Trey.
That's the guy that you want low. Sponge finds one in the area, though. Sponge finds the second one, and it's traded out fine. 2 for 2 here.
Yeah, now a 3.
Not really a gap on the C yet. He sees one. Good shot from Hayden K.
Yeah, and he saw it late. In my opinion,
he did see
still
it,
won it.
And he had to just flick it. He'd have it hit a really, really nice flick. And now UNC in the numbers disadvantage, 2v3. They're just playing duo, which is what you want to do here, just trying to get something.
Yeah.
Hayden K is going to be watching this flank, though. Yep, finds his one.
He gets one through the most Valorant angle I've seen today.
Sees the second one, gets that one as well. And they take the lead. That's exactly what you're looking for if you're BW.
Yeah, and that's going to be the 3K for it as well. And from what we hear from either the coach from the coach that's producing it or through the wall, they're saying 4 more. It's right there, and this is going to be a timeout because UNC, they know it too. Only 4 more for BW to clutch this out.
Yeah, and if you're UNC right now, this round is you need to win this round or you pretty much lose the game. Because if you lose this round, you don't have money, and then you lose and you're down 11. You're down 11-8, and that's when it gets really difficult. Because BW essentially has infinite mistakes, and you're not allowed to make any. BW here has Breach ultimate and is pretty much has Jet ult, but they won't use that even if they get that.
Yeah.
And then you're pretty close to a Hayden K and Error ultimate as well. So really close to those ultimates. On the side of UNC, you have a Cypher ultimate, which could be pretty impactful. You have the Omen ultimate, which is give or take. But you're pretty far away from that Sova ultimate and that Breach ultimate. So you're feeling the pressure for sure here. And you're like, okay, what do we need to do? Because they've only won, I think, 2 rounds on this attacking side. They've only won 1 round on defense, actually.
Yeah, they were up 7-5.
Yeah. And that's really rough. That feels really bad. I like the counter stun here. With the dart, they have full information. This Jet gets taken out. Great pick from Epic Moo. And that's going to give them a really nice window onto this A site. They should know that Sova's there, I think.
Yeah, then it came to the question.
Reach flash is good. The Sova's backside still.
It came to the question, like you
Sasha
said.
Gojo finds one through the wall, finds the second one. Great shots from them. And now Smoke is going to find its way towards CT. 1v4 situation. Error finds him as well.
It's not even going to matter. Three more.
And they win that round without utilizing any ultimates. So now they are so close to these ultimates. They have the Epic Moo ult. And I think what they're going to want to do here is Epic Moo ult this round. And then they're going to cycle ultimates with Error. So they're going to wait to use Error's ultimate. Use Epic Moo's ult this round to probably secure the round. Bring them to 11. And then they'll have a Teho ult and be very close to the Vice ult for the next round as well. So they're in a position where they can alt cycle their way to a game win, essentially.
Yeah, and one thing that really needs to be brought up, it was a question of what is going to happen when Lenny Bear gets active.
Look at Hayden K's having to fight for them towards C Long right now.
Yeah, Lenny Bear, he had 9 kills in 3 rounds, and then after that, only 11.
Great Vice Flower there, finds 2 off of it. They get 1 gun in return, though, but that's what I'm saying. Vice ult will be in play now. That's going to be, I believe, just straight up the Vice ult for next round. And I don't even know if they're going to need to use Epic Moo ult here to win this round, but 2 on the flank and they know it. So that's the big thing.
And one of them is also 1 tap.
Yep. 1 HP on that breach as well. And there's Error finding his 1. That's going to be the Teho ult online. Error looking for another. Isn't able to find it immediately. 1 towards Heaven. Epic Moo is having to deal with both positions. They know that guy's there in Heaven. Satoru Gojo, spray it now.
There it is.
And there it is. That is going to be round number 11 secured in favor of Baldwin Wallace. And they have their entire ultimate toolkit online
to just
here.
Dump.
Yep. And they shouldn't use it all in one round.
Yeah,
if they use it all in one round, that's really bad for them.
Yeah.
But this is what I was saying, where they essentially have the capabilities to ultimate cycle their way to a GG here. They could probably use 2 ults here, and then they can use 1 or 2 on the next one, and it should just be game.
Yeah, and with that kill as well, Lenny Bear just 1 away.
Yeah, and Lenny Bear has the operator. So hopefully Lenny Bear will be able to make an impact on this round, but like on the side of BW, you do have to play into a breach ultimate as well. So UNC has stuff for them, like they are able to counterplay these plays, but it's a lot of the onus is on BW here. Boyidi finds the operator. That's such a crucial pick.
Not only that, winning the jet.
Yeah, even though he's 5 HP, he got legged through a wall. Like, it's not that big of a deal because you have that 1 kill and he can just play slow behind everybody else here.
Yep. And then now here's going to be the Teho bot as well.
Yep, no garage is clear. They know 1's towards backside. And UNC will be here for this. So this is going to be a messy round, most likely. Or not. That's just going to be a full retake here.
Yeah, it did look like they were trying to flank
really
Error, staying there and getting a lot out of it.
Unfortunate. If Error crouched there, he might have stayed alive a bit longer, but it's a 4v3. Breach ultimate online for the side of UNC, but look at Satoru Gojo's position. That is ridiculous. They are just ego challenging the CT side. Like, I honestly love it, but it's so absurd. And there's the breach ult, and that's the problem with doing that. Just concussed to, oh my god.
Concussed to spray.
Oh my god, it doesn't
just
even matter.
spraying all of that corner.
It's so ridiculous. And they
Satoru
win that.
Gojo.
Vice ultimate was invested, but it doesn't really matter here. And now they have everything. And I think UNC's on a save as well.
Yeah, and this is one last round.
UNC's on the broken bye. This is going to be do or die for them. BW currently on the precipice of a NACE Championship.
Yeah, and just like what looked like to be a 5-0 to start, BW with a 5-0 to end, looking for a 6-0 to close this out.
Yeah.
You got to be feeling the tension if you're UNC.
Yeah, and there's good info gathered from Breach, just really basic. Sewer's clear. Teo drone looking for info. That's A stack. They can't go A here if you're on the side of BW. You need this rotated.
Yep. Especially with that jet ult.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here. And I think they just cut noise, play slow. They see the Sova dart. They know there's at least 2 here. They don't know there's 4 yet.
Yeah.
But they do know there's 2. And I think they still might just try to brute force it because they have so much utility and ultimate advantage here.
Yeah, this is what you were saying. Like, BW has all the mistakes in the world now that they could make.
Yep, they can do whatever they want. Epic move finds one. That's really good. Yeah, and he knows he wants the ultimate. That's the correct play, and there's the ultimate through. It doesn't find anybody. Good shot from Boy Edie.
Yep, getting Lenny
that
Bear.
right click. Sees that one back sight. Gets that one as well. They know one's heaven, and they don't quite know one's CT yet. They have no ultimates here, unfortunately, so it's just going to be straight gun duels, 3v2 situation, so it's still fine. That blind is actually really good, but Satoru Gojo is able to find the trade onto it. 1v3 situation, Sponge finds one, blind comes through, that's going to hit that Omen, and what is the play? Oh, Hayden crosses, barely makes it out alive. Now they're just going to play this post plant, and that's really all they need to do. And in order for UNC to stay alive, Omen, Sponge, he has to do something pretty crazy
Sponge
here.
is going to have to do something phenomenal.
Goes the TP. They don't know where the TP is.
Yep.
It's on the bomb. It's going to be tapped. And I like the stick. I really do like the stick here. Hayden K knows that. That's going to be GG.
Yep.
Wall to Wallace.
Game.
Winning NACE championships.
Yep, that is going to be game, series, and new. That is going to be champs BW ruling NACE.
Yeah, and able to slay their demons that beat them in the regular season. Map 1, really close. And this map, honestly, scoreboard looked pretty close, but it was a dominant closing half on that attack side.
Yeah, just like once again, Hayden K, when the lights got bright, he's shown even brighter. 23 and 11, and yeah, just led it in Econ, 2 first bloods, but BW just active when it comes to first bloods. 2 from Hayden K, 3 from Epic Mew, 3 from Boy Edie, and 3 from Error.
Yeah.
1 with Satoru Gojo, but still, that is going to be enough.
Yeah, and I believe we're gonna have an interview with somebody.
Yep.
I don't know who it is yet.
I'm
assuming
hoping
it'll be Hayden.
I'm hoping yet not, because I am very concerned for the stream's ability to be streamed next time.
Yeah, maybe we want Error then. I don't know. I think it's going to be Hayden.
Yeah.
We
We might just get the whole team in here.
might just get TOS, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But great series from BW.
They're playing We Are the Champions.
I guess the story of the series was BW getting slapped around in the first half of the map, and then they just kind of roll on the second one.
Yeah,
so,
it was really just like losing big in the beginning and then just something clicking like, I understand it now, and then just running it back the rest.
Yeah. And we are going to get Hayden K on for the interview.
Yeah, you get the solo seat,
You want to
buddy.
sit in the solo casting couch chair? Yeah.
Hear me already?
Sure.
I believe
Well,
your
maybe.
mic should be on.
Put this over here.
Yeah,
You guys hear me? Is it working?
yeah, I see your volume going up.
Hello, hello.
Okay.
Oh,
We
no.
can't hear
Let me
him.
look. Let me look.
You can have mine in the meanwhile.
Okay. How is this gonna? Yeah, I'll hold this.
Wait.
Here, give me this. What is up? What's up, chat?
Check.
Chat, we just won.
Yeah,
We just won.
sure did.
Here you go. Thank you. Should I be taking that back?
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh,
Wow, this is
Good
really
save.
scuffed, guys.
But yeah, either way,
Really scuffed.
scuffed aside, Hayden K,
yes.
man, just throughout the season, the
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, I'm blind.
it's just,
Chat, I'm reading what
It says-
I can't read it.
but yeah,
Don't
say
say.
it out loud.
Don't say anything.
But anyways, just throughout this entire semester, there's just been a lot of tribulations. Just even getting the team rolling, and then just like throughout NACE, it seemed dominant, but there was also some rough patches, especially against UNC. How does it feel to finally just get over that hump?
Oh my God, it feels so good. Especially, listen, their Haven is actually really good. When we faced them the first time, even Fonz was like, man, their Haven is just really good. And to beat them, we have been, especially in the, oh, you like,
So,
especially,
what happened? Why did we win that?
we wanted it. We wanted it badly.
How bad did we want it?
We practiced, like, we increased practice times. We did so much. especially like their Haven, like I've said, it's so good.
Just hold it.
We've been practicing Haven for weeks now since we faced them because we know how much of a challenge this is going to be. And we started off slow. We still started off slow on both maps.
Yeah, I could tell.
What's that supposed to mean, man? I'd like to see you do that.
guys got waxed.
I won't.
You guys got waxed
We
the
were getting
first
waxed
half.
for a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, I think we were sleeping. I honestly think
It
we were
looked like
sleeping
it.
for
It
a
looked
little
like
bit.
Hayden, oh my
I
god.
was shooting barns for a little bit.
And then
Hey, you started 0-6 on this Haven map, by the
And
way.
then ended 23 and
That
11.
don't matter. That's what I'm saying.
wait, who's that at the top of the leaderboard?
That's Hayden K127.
That's also
No.
Epic New.
Who's the top 2? Is that Shaq and Kobe?
That's Shaq and Kobe right there, baby. Come on.
Hey, what was the biggest difference do you guys think in this series compared to the one where you lost to this team?
No, you got it. I'll add on to it.
I think we knew what we were kind of going into. We knew they were going to play Haven. We've been practicing it a lot.
Yeah.
Ascent, we honestly didn't think we were going to be able to get Ascent. They banned it the first time.
Yeah.
We didn't know why. No teams have, we've never showed our Ascent, by the way. And every team has been banning it.
The last time we showed our ascent was what?
Black Land.
Yeah, Black Land.
The
So
boys
it's
were
been
winning that.
like
But
4 months.
I just think it was the amount of work we put in. We knew kind of what we were going into. We didn't know anything about them before this. Now, we haven't really anti-shredded any teams, so we haven't looked up any of their gameplay. All we used was just the game we faced them with, and then we used that to kind of help us improve.
Yeah.
We know what they're kind of going to do. We need to see how they improve after that, how they adjusted based on what we did. And
So-
it started working.
My addition onto that is the reason we won this was because it's a rematch buff.
Rematch buff.
Valid.
I don't know if you guys know what the rematch buff is, but
Yeah.
Solid.
we got the rematch buff
We
for
were-
2-0 sweep.
We were talking about it in the beginning of the comms. I was just like, especially going in playoffs against a team that you lost to, I really feel like you just got to, let's run it back. But this time it matters even more.
Yeah, for real. Especially in the championship, not just the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
What was like the mindset in both of these games? Kind of, you guys started off 6-0 in the first one and then 5-0 in the second one. Like, what was like? How were you guys able to stay in these maps to bring it back?
I can't lie. Once we got the first round, I think that's when it all started coming together piece by piece. Once we got that first round, we started understanding what we needed to do on both maps, especially on Haven. I feel like
Yeah, once you guys won that first round in Haven, I think you dropped 2 rounds.
Yeah,
total
like
for the
2 or
rest of the
3.
map.
I think it's mental. I did this at LAN for us just because honestly at LAN some teams I thought we were just gonna get smoked by, and we actually put a good show against every team we faced there. So my thing was like, no matter what, if we get smoked, any round we get, it's fun. It was just fun to be there.
Yeah.
I've kept that for every game we've played in NACE. No matter how far down we are, obviously we weren't down too much in any of these games. Obviously, this was probably the worst. We were down.
oh my gosh, we started so slow.
0-6 and 0-5 or
Yeah.
something
Yep.
like that. The moment we went around, I don't know if you guys can hear me. I'm yelling at the top.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going.
Gets
We could
everyone-
hear you.
Dude, I was going insane. Did you hear my voice go so high?
Yes.
Oh my
It
god.
doesn't matter if I'm 0-6. I want my boys to be as hyped as possible. That's all I cared about.
There
So
you
I
go.
was just yelling, and I feel like you just got the vibes up.
Yeah.
A little bit before that, obviously, there's nothing really to yell at when we're getting 0-5. We're getting rolled. But it's like the moment we got that first round, I can yell. Everyone starts to get hyped. It doesn't, and then I stopped looking at the score at that point. Whatever happens, happens. We just had good energy. We were just having fun.
We just started doing everything right after that first round.
Yeah.
And it definitely showed.
I mean, what was the value of that Fonz timeout on that ascent? After 5-0 Fonz timeout.
He just basically knows the game
Oh,
plan.
oh my god. Should we leak it? Do we leak it? You don't
Season's
leak it?
already over. Leak it, bro.
No, he just knows the game plans. So like, obviously he can see everything that's going on. Like, he can see all of our POVs and stuff. He kind of just understands the enemies, and he basically just tells us, like, for example, just on attack, we just never hit the vise wall. On ascent, we just
Yeah.
never hit the vise wall after the timeouts.
Yep.
Like,
That's what I was going to leak. I was going to say go the opposite side of the vice wall.
Yeah.
oh yeah, we were.
That's literally, it was like the
Yeah,
100
tracks.
thieves
Yeah.
against the off
Yep.
spots.
Yeah.
Huh.
Literally, if we see the vise wall, we leave. Stuff like that. He would just call that, and it just helped us. I don't know, it just worked.
Yeah.
And speaking of just like adjustments, even without using the timeout, being down 0-5 and seeing Trey, the Cypher on, yeah.
We didn't even, we didn't use one on Haven.
Nope.
We
Yeah,
didn't
you
feel
did.
like we needed it.
I was going to say because like Trey just kept outflanking you guys when you guys were trying to flank, and then just like 2 rounds later they called a timeout, and you guys were like, okay, bet, and then it's just done.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, great series all around. Like, what was your guys' favorite moments from the season?
From the season,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like, do you have a standout?
Oh, I know
moment?
one. Okay, so it was on Lotus. I forget what team we faced, but Ben was on for an ace. And We
remember this.
You know this one?
I know. I have
No,
no
we
idea.
were. Ben was on for an ace. We all swing the last guy one by one. I say we all, but three. Okay, two of us basically give this guy a free kill. I play in the most off angle of the century. I get like 80 damage on him, and then Hayden has to rip his visor because
so
he was
mad.
tweaking out. He was like, "Guys, I'm never letting you guys get an ace ever
I
again."
was so disappointed. Yeah, I have a rule. I don't let any of my teammates get an ace. If they get it, they get it because they got lucky. Honestly,
No freebies. No
I
freebies.
I don't bait for my teammates for an ace. That I don't know why. We were having fun that game. I literally said, Ben, the rule's over. Go get your ace. What do we do? Next thing you know, it's a 2v1. And I was scared we were gonna lose, and I don't want to get 1v5 ever. Hello?
All right, so for last question, what is your favorite moment of the season?
You know it. My op shot. Wait, I think you
Oh.
know.
Yep.
My op shot against that raise. The one
Yep.
shot when she popped.
It was actually against the same team.
It was. Best shot I ever hit in my life, Jake.
And with that, that is going to wrap up our coverage here. Oh, two more?
We have 2 more.
Oh,
more.
get out of
All right,
here.
you guys are out of here.
All right.
All right. Oh.
3 more. We got a whole team.
Oh. What I do here? What I do here?
Oh my
It's
God.
fine. Just give me it.
They're breaking the equipment.
I'm horrible. Bye, chat.
This is why they're not. This is
Love
why
you
they're
guys.
playing the game. This is why they're playing the game and nothing
This
else.
is why they're behind the computer, not behind the mics.
We have Ben Boyedi in here. We have Sotaro Gojo in here as well now.
What's up?
All right, I don't
What's
know
up,
where you guys
chat?
are sitting.
I'll sit here. Okay, you can sit here. I'll sit there. What's good, boys?
What's good? What's
What
good?
is
So,
good?
How's it going?
how are you guys feeling?
Oh my God, I'm on top of the moon, worlds, wherever.
On top of
The universe,
everywhere.
maybe.
I'm on top of everybody right now.
Well, fair enough. Pause. Anyway, so how are you feeling after that esteemed Jet gameplay on both those maps?
And you know, they try to peek me.
You diffed them. Not gonna
Who are they
lie.
Yeah.
peeking? Who are they peeking?
I don't know.
They're
Yeah.
peeking the other side of that op.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So how do you guys feel going into it?
Nervous?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Felt a bit nervous. How about you?
Oh, I didn't sleep very much last night.
Oh man.
I was like, if we don't win this, crash out of the century. Really? Fail all my classes.
Oh no.
Whoa.
Oh no.
Stays an extra semester. Got to run it back.
Yep,
Yeah.
run it back with the NACE.
So what were your guys' individual preparations going into this series?
Dayquil.
Dayquil.
I'm sick.
Of course.
And so was your Odin gameplay.
You know it.
That's facts. How about you?
Preparations, I drank a Monster, didn't eat today. That's about right. We
Only the best-
called that boy
Hey,
dinner.
chat.
Only the best preparation here at
Pre-game.
Chat.
BW
Listen.
Esports.
That's the worst advice ever.
When you eat no food, you drink a Monster, your head gets a little up there. You know,
Yeah, it does.
you don't have to think about any strats. You just shoot them,
Hey, I mean, I guess that's the life of a Jet player.
and that's
am
it.
I right?
And that's it. That's all you do.
Zero comms from this guy. Just aim and shoot. That's
Yeah,
all you
and-
do.
That's pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
The whole semester.
And speaking of Jet, the other Jet from the team, the second round really woke up. 9 kills in the first 3 rounds. Did you just feel like that was like a personal attack? Like, all right, I got to get more kills now. Like,
No, honestly, I was like, I'm gonna dunk on this guy and hang from the rim, and that's about it.
I love
Fair
that.
enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'm sending him to Gapplebee's.
Well, I guess for the final question here, like, what are you guys' next steps? Are you guys expecting a Gleck win now after this? Are you gonna parlay this into a Gleck Land tournament victory, or
We have to. I mean, we have to go see how long we can go without being defeated, right?
yeah?
That's
like
the
that.
thing.
Of
I like
course.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, land's always the next big step. That's what our coach said this entire semester is like, yeah, NACE is cool and all, but
Yeah.
we want to win Gleck.
Hey, there you go.
We want to go to land.
That's right.
Well, thank you guys for joining us on this interview. I think we got the last member of the
Yep.
Goon Squad coming on. And here we go.
quite
Thank you
true.
guys for
Thank you
joining
so
us.
much.
Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations.
Howdy, it's me.
The final member of the Goon Squad.
Oh my god. Oh, he dropped the pop filter. Come on, Matthias.
Here.
Come on, big dog.
And now, speaking of the final one, the one that you've seen in other broadcasts throughout this semester, Error.
Bro, dogs are out from Error.
Yeah.
Dude, I always
Dogs
do
are
without
barking.
shoes on. We've talked about this before.
Do you do interviews without shoes as well?
I forgot to put them on.
Oh,
man.
damn.
We were just at the post game. I was just like,
Yeah,
dude,
it's valid.
good.
So, how do you feel right now?
I mean, like, I have to feel really good, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's a culmination of work that's been now put in for almost about a year at this point. Obviously, having the same team in the Gleck season helps tremendously
Yeah.
because we were actually able to keep a lot of the structure that we had from that Gleck season coming into this. So there wasn't that weird rebuilding period where it's like, we have to figure out what rules everyone is going to play. how all of our comms are going to work. It's much more of a, we can get straight into the, how do we want to play each map individually, and like that showed, because also what helped with it is having the mid-season map changes, having Ascent and Fracture, or having Ascent and Icebox coming in.
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks before the first match with these guys.
Yep.
So like 3 or 4 weeks before playoffs started. We didn't have to work as much on our Ascent. We could just kind of like, you know, rescrim that every once in a while, because most of the stuff is exactly the same as Gleck. You know, they changed the one wall, but that's it. So all of our plans, all of our ways that we play it and everything just stayed the same.
Yeah.
Swap a few agents here or there, and we're good.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and speaking of that Gleck run, just phenomenal Cinderella run there, and then bringing it to here. And of all people I know, there was just so many question marks on this season. Like, was there going to be one? And then throughout the season, the games were rolling, but just like there were some questionable plays, but still, you guys hung in there. Just the word of the season, it's got to be resiliency. But for you, how did you deal with all of that?
I mean, it's just kind of taking it a game at a time. I mean, like, both you guys have been in a competitive setting before, so you know it's one of those things where it's like, hey, if results get a little shaky on one match, you just gotta, well, I mean, like, you know, from my first semester here, you gotta be like a goldfish, bro.
Yep.
Whatever happened last round,
No memory.
Exactly.
Yep.
So, I mean, like, when those rounds happen that we feel like we maybe shouldn't have dropped or we overstepped, that's a teaching moment. We go back and talk about that afterwards and are like, listen, why were we overstepping here? Why did we lose this round? And then we take that knowledge going into the next. And the game against these guys, obviously, incredibly close the first time. It was a 3-map affair. This time, now bringing it down to a 2, and Haven was a rerun. So, having replayed them, having known what they liked to go for, even though their game plan changed, we knew kind of what to expect from their agent comp, from how their individual players like to play. So, you know, when the road got a little bit bumpy, it was just, hey, it's just time to lock in a little bit more.
Yeah. And I was going to touch on that before you even mentioned it, but how does it feel to go from last year, you know, your freshman season, a lot more trials and tribulations, if you will,
More errors even.
back there, and going into this year, how did you keep the mindset good? I guess even that transition over through Gleck and then into a NACE tournament, like this is kind of, you've only been here for a year and a half, and you already got a tournament with victory under your belt.
I mean, like, obviously, like, as you kind of touched on, you know, first season, for a lot of people, that can kind of be a mental breaker.
Yeah.
But I think it was just kind of, like, when we had ESO in here earlier, I wasn't able to talk about it a lot on the broadcast, but that's kind of one of the reasons that I am here. And ESO, I kind of know what it's like to set a goal at a certain point and fall just short of it.
Yeah.
So having that before, because, like, my team, when I was in high school, we set these, like, goals for ourselves of, like, we wanted to regionally, once it was my senior year, regionally win and then qualify back to states. And we fell just short of both those. We got second in our region and lost round 1 in states, or lost 1 in regionals to our, like, regional rivals.
Yeah.
So having that kind of experience, you know, when, you know, respectfully, when stuff hits the fan, when things go a little AWOL, you know kind of how to bring it back, and you know kind of how, hey, this is how I focus on myself. This is how I keep things rolling. And obviously, to a certain extent, it is you have to bring your team up. You have to focus on the people that you're playing with. But also, you know, it's a mental game, and having felt those, like, things just not going right and things just not being correct, I know there's always, you know, if you keep pushing through it and you keep going, it's going to turn out fine in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
man, did it turn out fine? Get to put a NACE champ on the resume.
Get a trophy, and I think that's going to wrap it up for us here.
Yep.
I feel like that is.
It's getting late here.
For the people?
Thank you all for the support throughout this entire season. It's been truly a pleasure to not only play under this, under this college, but also with the people that we have. I know if Hayden's friends are still in the chat, Deanna and Danny, thank you guys for being in there all the time. You guys are truly the GOATs. But, like, just thank you to everybody who's been here, who's believed in us, who's seen us go through this tough times. Obviously, you know, the family and the friends, if you're in the chat watching this, thank you for sticking with us. I know sometimes it gets a little shaky, gets a little rough, but, you know, we have a tendency to bring things back to where we need it to be. And, like, that's about it. I mean, I'm expecting good things coming in the future, going into future seasons. I'm expecting great things to come from this program, from this team, even beyond from when I step away. Because I know You know, we're going through a little bit of roster shuffle, especially after this semester. But the people that are going to be here helming this program, I know that we are going to be in good hands. So.
Yeah, and with that, that is going to wrap up our coverage here. Thank you, production, for in the room doing as much work as you can, and thank you being a commentator with me as well. And thank you all so much for watching. This was BW Esports, your new NACE champs, Valorant, and we will see you the next time we have a stream.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.